playing. So if anyone watches this, if anyone's gonna watch this, I really don't care. Just comment at the end, let me know what you thought of this. YouTube's probably gonna flag me for it and say, nope, buddy, you can't do this. I'm sorry, no politics allowed. Everyone of my friends, especially my friend Adam, knows that I am very, very pro-gun. I love the Second Amendment. I love what it stands for. I've always have, and I always will. A lot of people don't like it, and I'm going to give my thoughts and opinion about it, and see where we go from there. Okay. So everyone, say hi.
What's poppin'?
Keep
no
going.
one else is gonna say anything.
Keep going. Get this train moving.
How are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Hola es YouTube's.
So
This is not a Spanish Minecraft YouTube channel.
no, this is not. This is a Rainbow Six Siege, GTA 5, Black Ops, Battlefield only type of channel. But today we're gonna do something different because I keep getting spammed with comments on my second Snapchat, my Instagram when I do lives, my live.me account, even my YouTube account, and even my Twitch sometimes. As we all know, YouTube does not like when people talk about guns nor show any type of prop used like a gun. They've already flagged me once for it, so might as well go ahead and finish the job for them, right? So what we're going to be talking about today is our personal opinions, our thoughts on gun control, gun laws, and there's going to be a curveball in there for these three idiots. I love saying that. The only reason I call them idiots is because, well, I don't know. I call them idiots all the time. They call me a dumbass, so that's how we, like, kind of became friends, sort of.
It's how we compliment each other.
Yeah. So they're playing some Rainbow Six Siege, as you guys see on your screen. I'm not going to be playing any because I want to get this done and over with as fast as humanly possible. So gun control, gun laws. I really don't know where these guys live. I know where one of them lives, and that's in New Mexico.
I live in Alabama.
Hey, roll Tide.
I don't like football.
Just saying.
I mean, it's the thing.
Yeah. So, first off, I want to say thank you guys for letting me do this because the other assholes wouldn't let me do this with them because
You're welcome.
two of them know how I am about this. Remember, this is only our opinion. This is what I believe in. This is what they believe in, what they're going to be taught. If I should maybe take them to the range and let them shoot their first gun if they haven't shot their first gun already. But here it goes. There are 4 simple rules in gun ownership. First of all.
But every time someone breaks the mic, they just dip it in milk.
Yeah, pretty much. So, like I said, there are 4 simple rules in gun ownership, okay? Especially holding and handling a firearm. Rule number 1. Keep your finger off the trigger. Simple, right? That sounds simple enough. Even a 4-year-old can do it because I have a 4-year-old nephew who can wield a .357 Magnum who can shoot it perfectly as well, which is kind of crazy because I can't even shoot it perfect. Rule number 2. Treat every gun as if it were loaded and or real.
Oh.
Rule number 3.
That wasn't supposed to.
Don't ever point it at something that you're not willing to destroy.
Oh my god. I just killed 2 people with that fuse. There's only one person left.
The 4th and final rule, this is also a common sense rule, know where your target's at and what's beyond your target. Normally when I go shooting, we have a backstop, which is a bunch of dirt that catches a bullet so it doesn't fly off and veer off and, you know, potentially harm someone without me knowing. And that's how it goes. Now, I don't remember who said this, but I think it was Fusion who said that he didn't know anything about guns.
Yep.
Okay, do you know what the AR and AR-15 stands for?
I always thought it stood for assault rifle.
That's fine. You know, a lot of people do call them assault rifles because of the way they think it is, but pretty much all it is, guys, is a standard modern hunting rifle, a sportsman rifle. I believe in the beginning of the 70s, maybe in the 60s, late 60s, early 70s, this company called Armalite came out with it. I believe it was Armalite, if I'm not mistaken. And that's what the AR stands for AR-15, is Armalite rifles. It's a semi-automatic, which is one bullet
Single
per
fire.
trigger pull. Yeah, just like a regular modern day pistol. Okay. What else?
Well, actually, most guns that you can buy, even if it says it's full auto, you have to get special stuff for it.
Yeah, for a fully auto gun, any type of gun, whether it be a machine gun, whether it be an AR, whether it be a shotgun, you have to have special papers through ATF to have that gun. Okay, just like with a silencer or a suppressor is actually what it's called. You have to pay your tax stamp and you have to go through ATF and file the proper paperwork, and it be filed for you to legally possess that.
Isn't there a difference between a silencer and a suppressor? Pretty sure?
Yes, I'm
They're the
positive.
exact same thing.
I think
It's-
before we continue, everyone should go into the party and then go to the party settings and make sure that they can hear your voice, because otherwise we'd just be talking to no one.
I don't really care. I'm not even talking to them. I was talking to you guys.
Well, I mean, if I can hear you, they can hear you. I mean, it's not hard, but I guarantee you it works 100%. It's crisp, it's clean.
Yeah. Mine's always allowed.
So, next debate, next part of the debate, actually. ATF does not classify air rifles or pellet guns as actual weapons. They classify it as an air rifle.
I have something for this.
Hmm.
There's a company out there, like if you were to watch someone else on YouTube, like Demolition Ranch, you've seen him use it. He got a weird shotgun that shoots out a 50 caliber bullet, pretty much. It's it's technically an airsoft weapon because it uses air to shoot. And it can kill a deer.
You're
for
talking
the
about
range.
the Texas Air Force pellet gun, the big
I think,
bore.
yeah.
Yeah, that. Okay, so what makes it totally different than an ordinary firearm or a rifle is it doesn't burn powder. It uses compressed air. So those CO2 cartridges that you buy for your regular BB gun, for your airsoft pistol, what have you, that's what it uses to drive out that pellet. Now, my pellet gun that I have right next to me is a Remington XGP 177 caliber 4.5 millimeter. That gun with lead pellets can go 1,000 feet per second. With alloy, it can go 1,200 feet. So, I mean, it's definitely capable of, you know, taking small game, maybe even a deer if you hit them in the right spot. But I wouldn't use this on a deer, of course. I'd use something like a 223, a 30-06, a big bore rifle, a small bore rifle, what have you. These, you know, A lot of places do not allow people to actually own a pellet gun because it can still be used as a weapon, yes. But ATF does not clarify that as an actual weapon because it does not burn any type of powder. So, fun fact.
It's a good fact.
Now there are guns that can actually, pellet rifles to be specific, that can kill a fucking bear.
Oh god.
No joke. It can kill a bear, it can kill pretty much anything you point at it, or point it at. So now it's time for the curveball. You guys ready?
Sure.
Okay. If you could only choose 3 guns, doesn't matter what type, doesn't matter what kind of ammunition, what would they be?
Just 3.
Just
I
3.
would pick a Scar H.
Okay.
That's my first one. A 50 caliber and a 9mm pistol.
Okay. What situation would you use those for? Hold on, guys.
If I was in combat, obviously. It's like combat weapons.
Okay, but
Like in the army or something.
to be specific, and just to throw this out there because I don't know if you know this or not, but you can technically own a 50 cal long rifle.
Yeah,
that,
you can own anything with a 50 cal or lower. legally.
Yeah.
you can even own a 20mm cannon. All you gotta do is
Yeah.
fill out the right paperwork and have the cash. I like the choice of the Scar. 7.62 by 39. That's a really, really powerful round. That can be used as a DMR. That can be used as a close quarters. I like the 50. Long range. Love that. And of course, a 9mm handgun for when you run out of ammo for those 2 guns. You also have a good backup. So that was a really, really good choice. Who's up?
Me.
No,
I'll take the AK-74U, the Desert Eagle 50 cal, and I forget what it's called. It's a Remington shotgun.
The Remington 870.
Desert Eagle though. Desert
Yes,
Eagle's
870.
super fire.
Well, okay, I'm gonna throw this out there. Any gun, okay. let me stop right here. Adam's shot before, right? Correct?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so with an experienced body that knows how to control a gun, how to point it, how to use it, how to load it, how to unload it, how to clear jam, what have you. If they can handle the firepower of a 44 Magnum, they can easily buy a 44 Desert Eagle or even a 357.
Yeah, but a 50 cal Desert Eagle is different. That's gonna sting your hand either way.
Well, that's just like the Smith & Wesson 500. That is a big round that's used to go hunt elephants. That was literally designed to take out on a safari and kill animals.
Yeah.
Lions, anything.
Yeah, I like the choices. What scenarios would you use those for?
Well, the AK-74U, I like that because it's small, compatible, and you can like run around with it.
Yes.
I'd use that in case of like something happening, like people going out shooting each other. I'd use it for protection.
Yes.
The Desert Eagle, I'd use for if somebody's charging me with something and I can't load the AK. The Desert Eagle will destroy their body if I can hit the right spots.
Well, I mean.
And the Remington. Well, the Remington is for if there's loads, like anything, like lots of things, and I need to hit them all. The Remington, because it has spread. Even if you don't kill them, it's still
gonna knock them
injure-
down and scare them off.
Yes.
Yeah, I see that.
Yes.
Okay. Fusion.
I mean, I don't really know the names of too many guns, but
Okay.
one I do know that is extremely accurate is the M1 Grand. That is beautiful.
30-06 round. That's not
that would be
bad.
really fun to fire.
I've actually fired one before. It's perfect. It's awesome.
Okay. All right, second gun.
Another gun I actually know the name of is the DSR-1. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
And then there is this one pistol that I have. I don't know the name of it, or that we have. I don't own it, but you know, it looks like a submachine gun, but it's considered a pistol. I don't know the name, but
Okay.
it's extremely accurate as well.
All right. And these would be used for what type of scenario? Like Adams or everydays?
I honestly don't know. I mean, the M1 Garand and the DSR-1, I don't know why you need to use those. If you were trying to
Well-
snipe somebody from just from really far away, yeah, work.
Okay.
But then the pistol is for self-defense. It's very tiny, very light.
Okay. All right. Good picks, man. You know,
Very accurate.
for someone who doesn't know a lot about guns, you know your gun's pretty good. Do you know what the M1 Garand shoots? What type of round?
No, I do not.
Okay. I'll enlighten you a little bit. It shoots the most common round known to deer hunters everywhere.
5.56.
No. 30-06 Springfield. Now, I did own a Remington Model 710 that was chambered in that, and I'm gonna tell you right now, the whole cartridge, the bullet and casing together, that's a pretty big, you know, that's a lot of power. That's actually a good choice because it's a semi-automatic, you know. You have the capacity of, I believe, 8 rounds in a actual clip. It's an actual clip. And plus you got the satisfying ding sound at the end.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. And plus
Wait,
it's
is
got
the
a
M1 Garand like the gun that you like people that fought with it, like they would smash their thumb?
yes,
like you
it
loading
would
it or
it would chop their thumb off. Yes.
That would suck.
But I mean, it's got a rotating bolt on it, so it's gonna be good for you. What'd you say? The DMR-1?
DSR-1.
Okay, the DSR-1. That is a long range rifle, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That's a pretty good choice. I mean, if you're trying to hold people off at a very long range, that's good. The pistol, very good choice as well. Especially since it's, you know, for self-defense. I mean, you guys' picks are all really good. Like, holy crap, I haven't had one person that I've talked to about guns actually say these types of weapons. You know, especially the Scar H, because a lot of people hate the Scar H.
I love the Scar. It's a beautiful weapon.
Not only that, but it's iconic and you notice it from afar.
It's such a powerful gun. It's like an AK-47 round inside of a fucking Scar.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's a 7.62 by 39. A lot of deer people, hunters, specifically me, use those rounds at certain times when I can't get my other guns. You know, when I can't go hunt with a different gun. So I'm gonna set the scene here, and I'm gonna tell you mine. So you guys all remember that dude in Florida who was eating that other guy's face, right?
Yeah. He's on bath salts.
I don't remember that.
He was high off of bath salts, and he ate a dude's face because he was watching a zombie film. And he thought he was a zombie, and he decided to eat someone's face, and it took the police officer, I believe, 6 to 10 shots to take him down before finally shooting him in the head, and he had a deceased person there. Now, mine would be somewhat of that, people going crazy, the economy collapses, everyone's going nuts, pretty much your apocalypse end time. And the reason I say this is because I have this set mindset that I prepare for the worst. I don't care what type of scenario it is, I'm going to treat it as if it was the worst. Excuse me. So mine, agreeing with every day, instead of it being the SCAR H, it would be the SCAR L, which is a 5.56, used in the military.
Yeah, I was either gonna say the SCAR or the AR-15 because it's 5.56, and 5.56 is much easier to control.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the SCAR variates from the SCAR Heavy to the SCAR Light, and the only difference is a few millimeters. That's literally it. And
yeah, plus the powder, the amount of powder and the amount of kick.
Yeah. So there's my number one. That would be used for close quarters combat. Also to keep people away. To hunt with. My second pick would be a 22 long rifle. Preferably a semi-automatic. And the reason I would, choose that is because it's easy to use. Any person can shoulder that weapon and fire it and not get hurt. And it has pretty good range depending on who's using it, and the variation of the day. So that's my number two. My number three would be a 20 gauge shotgun, of course. And the reason I say 20 gauge is because, well, that's one of the smallest shotguns you can have besides the 410. And anyone can really use that gun. It's not gonna hurt. It doesn't kick that much. And the reason I say this is because my little brother, like, if that scenario does happen and I have to go out and my mom has to, like, he has to stay with my mom, he could defend while I'm out doing my thing. So that's my number three. And I do know that a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but remember, guys, this is our personal opinion, not yours. We're all entitled to our first opinion, freedom of speech. But I mean, that's what I would choose. That's how I would set up. I would also have a shit ton of ammunition, just for the hell of it. When I start working and I start, after I'm done with college, I want to start getting my gun collection, start building, start growing up ammunition, gathering ammo, buying all certain types of weaponry, and pretty much live off the land and make cash where I can, especially in the diesel speculations, and honestly, I've seen countless and countless times where people have these big rooms filled with nothing but ammunition and guns, and to me, guns are satisfying. Guns are a stress reliever. It's just like a rush. What's up?
Oh, I was gonna say, well, you said stress reliever, and I'm like, vape.
Well, I mean, like, if you can't vape anymore because they pass a law or something, like, you can't even vape in your car in some states, especially if there's a child in it, because it's illegal, and apparently it's because of all the chemicals in there, which it's pretty much zero. It's just water, some syrup of some sort, flavoring, some nicotine, and that's it. That's all it is.
And you can get some without nicotine in them.
Yeah, you can get one without nicotine. That is very well. And now you can even get CBD oil, which I recently found out, which was actually pretty cool, because what I'm gonna go off the rails a little bit. What CBD is, and I've studied this, I've looked it up, I've read about the side effects and what it does to your body. All it does is it's a body high. What it is it relaxes your body so you can go to sleep, so you don't have aches and pains. A lot of people use it because of their medication or arthritis, or they have something that is potentially killing them and they want to have that relaxed sensation. Anyways, back on the gun topic. What else? A lot of people do say that you shouldn't be able to kill someone if they're in your house. Well, here in Texas, I don't know about y'all's states and what y'all's laws are, but in the state of Texas, we have this thing called the castle law. And what that is if someone comes into my door, say at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I have a pump action shotgun 12 gauge, you know, loaded up with double-aught buckshot, and I go down there and I see what the hell is going on, and he's trying to steal my TV, I have the right to defend my home because he's in my house. He's on my property. And I have the right to shoot and kill him. Now, it doesn't mean I won't be justified and not be hauled off to jail. That's the tricky part. But say if someone decides to shoot someone in the leg if they're in their home and they're not supposed to be, they could potentially turn around and sue you for it, and you go to jail big time for attempted murder. So it's, you know, one thing that a lot of people don't understand is that for instance, there was three young teenagers, 16, 17, and 18 years old, who decided to break into a man's home in Oklahoma, and the man shot him and killed him. And everyone's uproaring and crying out for these kids, saying that, well, he had an advantage over those three young men. Technically, if he didn't have that gun, they could have beat the shit out of him, killed him, and robbed him, and gotten away scot-free if no one would catch him. And if someone caught him, and, you know, that would be the end of it, pretty much. And yes, guys, people do get thrown in jail for killing somebody, especially if they're in their own home, and it sucks, but that's what happens. I want to know what your guys' thoughts and opinions are about what I just said. Like,
what's been going on since I was gone?
I was talking about the castle law.
Castle law.
Yeah, it's where you have
if
the
somebody's
right.
in this house,
Yeah.
Go.
You have the right to shoot someone if they're inside your house.
Hold on 1 second. Go ahead. What were you saying?
So what that castle law is it's pretty much the right to defend your home from invaders, from burglars, from rapists, from terrorists. Say someone walks into your home and they try and steal something valuable of yours. Okay.
I believe if someone's on your property, you have the right to shoot them.
No, yeah, in your
Yeah.
property, but here in the state of Texas, it's kind of iffy, especially all over. Pretty much they have to be inside your home for you to shoot them. Now, you can shoot off a warning shot if they're outside, and scare them away. Now, if they're inside, you have to kill them. You have to shoot to kill if they're in your home. Now, that doesn't mean, you know, be like, hey, come in here, you know, and invite them in and shoot and kill them. No, that doesn't work. We've had people try that here in Texas before and been charged with murder in the first degree. So,
I think here, like, when it comes to self-defense, like, if you don't have an exit, like, meaning, like a window to
Your
escape
corner,
to,
kind of?
yeah, then it's legal to kill someone, but if you have, like, an exit and you kill someone, then it's illegal.
oh, that's dumb.
Yeah.
No, okay. Here's the thing. Where I live, because my uncle actually has a gun license, and he had in order to get it, he had to do all this stuff. He is not allowed to shoot anybody in his house unless they have a gun and they are shooting at him. He is
See-
to detain and not do anything with them. They're to lay on the floor until the cops come.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not gonna walk up to somebody in your home and shoot them. You're gonna tell them to get on the ground, and if they charge you, then yeah, you open fire. That's
Well, okay.
what I'm trying to pertain to. You know, not saying like, okay, well, if someone's in my house, I'm gonna shoot them.
Yeah, I know.
I have to give
But,
them a
like-
verbal command. I have to make sure if they're charging me, and I feel threatened for my life, I have to defend. You know, it's self-defense. But like I was saying, you can still get thrown in jail for that, just so you know you're not home alone, or you're home with your family having to clean up the blood. You know, they have to come in, do forensics, they have to do a CSI scan and all that bullshit. And you can go to jail for it. It's not a light thing, you know, it's not a thing to be taken lightly. It's something that you have to be very, very careful with. You're treading on a razor edge line there. And if you fall and split your legs, you're going to get cut in half, and one side of you is going to go to jail and one side of you is going to be dead. So that, like,
Okay, I know where you're going with this.
Parents or something. I'll be right back again.
alright.
I see where you're going with this, but the thing is, he lives with my grandmother.
Yeah.
If somebody is trying to get into the house or is trying to assault her,
Well, it's
I would
self-defense
not
101
expect him
on
to
that.
give. Well, yes, but thing is though, they can both take care of themselves without a weapon. But if anyone's in his house, I know he'll try his hardest to make sure they don't die or anything. But if he kills them, and they do not have a weapon on them, but he's told them to get on the ground, the cops either take his word or they don't, and they make him have a trial.
Yeah, like, that's okay. I understand where you're going with this. Like, yeah, you're not supposed to shoot anyone if they're in your home. I get that. You have to give them verbal commands. You gotta say stop, get on your hands and knees, put your hands behind your back. You know, I'm gonna detain you. I'm calling 911. And if they do charge you, like, okay. With
Okay, I'm back.
with gun laws, or with guns in general, or with break-ins in general, actually, there's not going to be there's not just going to be one person, there's going to be several. There's going to be anywhere from 2 to 10. And I know that sounds crazy to say, but there is. That, like, in the movies, it doesn't show you how many people is going to break into your home. It just shows you that one person that broke in. You know?
Or like in Home Alone, there's 3, and they're trying to do this all for, like, I think, a boss.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's why most people, when they think of home defense, they think of a shotgun because of the spread, how much damage it can do, and all that. Most people use a Chris Vector, chambered in 45 ACP, 9mm, 40 cal, you know, etc. Or they just use a pistol, and I mean, you know, it's like I said, it's a very, very thin razor edge line that we're all walking here when we talk about self-defense and what precautions to take. You know, back to the, like, when I was asking, you know, what 3 guns would you use, you know, say you have those 3 guns and someone breaks in, you know, someone's going to use a shotgun, someone's going to use a pistol, someone's going to use an AR variant. I mean, I don't know, man, it depends, like, on what scenario you're in. Like, there's a YouTube video out there of a man who had just gotten home from work. I'll tell you about it, so y'all don't have to go look it up. He got home from
credit to the person, just so you don't get copyrighted.
All credit's given to this man because he made this video himself. I just don't remember the name of it. But it was he had just gotten home from work. He was laying down, and all of a sudden he heard some racket. Well, mind
Like
you,
that.
it's pretty much, you know, he heard stuff outside, and he was like, "Oh shit, what the hell?" And he looks outside, and he sees a bunch of people coming from the front, from the back, and 2 on the side. He's like, "Well, shit, I can't grab my pistol because I'm limited to so many rounds." What does he go and grab? He grabs an AR-15. And he goes to answer the door because they knock, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, but they knock. and they see it, and he's like, oh shit, this dude's got a freaking gun. He's got a gat. And they all take off running. Dude doesn't have to point it at him, nothing. He calls 911. He's like, yeah, man, I just stopped these guys from breaking into my home. You know, I opened my door, they saw my gun, they were like, oh shit. And they all take off. That's the best case scenario for anyone whose home is being broken into or whatever. You know, another thing is, I'm all for females, you know, to defend themselves, especially if they're single, they're young, and they work late at night. I'm all for someone, especially a female, to have a weapon to defend herself from a rapist, a mugger, or someone trying to kidnap them. I 100% will give a female a gun to defend herself. And if she wants me to be there with her so I can help scare off people, I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. I'll carry my Glock on my side. I ain't worried. You know, that's like, you know, my mom's single. She's, you know, a mother of 2 kids. I tell her all the time, Mom, when we have money, we need to go start looking at guns, see how much prices are, and see how much the ammunition is for that certain gun. And we do. And she is very skeptical about me owning a firearm at the, you know, first time. And I'm gonna say this now, before anyone says anything, do not buy a 30-06 for your first gun. Buy something like a 22. Seriously. Because
I was going to go with the single fire, what was it called again? Not the AK-74U, I was going to go for, I think, the 9mm, maybe?
Yeah, the 9mm. 9mm is pretty good. 38 is good too. A lot of people see it as a wimpy round because it's a female's gun. No, it packs a punch, dude. Like, it'll put a nasty hole in you. The slower they are, the 22. Worse they hurt. A 22.
30. I hate 22s because my friend shot his leg with a 22 and the bullet got stuck inside of it.
Wow.
I'm doing a podcast.
Podcast?
Yeah.
Oh. I had something on the fact of women with guns.
And 22, if you shoot someone in the head with a 22, that bullet's not going to go out the other end. It's going to ricochet inside of their head.
No, it's going to go through, depending on how close it is.
The thickness of your skull.
Go on here, please. That's true. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Hold on. Okay, a 22 is, yes, a small round and a wimpy round at that. But it flies so quick because it's so tiny and it has less air friction. That's why AR-15s, specifically 5.56, 223, is so good because it flies flat. It flies true. If you're from me to your controller with a 22 and you shoot me, it's gonna come out the back of my head. With any gun, just like this pellet gun that I have right next to me, if I shoot you with it, it's gonna cause a hole. The entry hole's small.
Pellet gun is most likely just gonna stay inside of you, though.
Did you hear how much this thing has per second with a lead pellet? It's 1,000 feet per second, dude. 5 seconds, that's 5,000 feet.
It'd go through you.
That's as much as an AR-15, because an AR-15, I believe, makes 2,932 feet per second. That's a lot of feet. I mean, hell.
Then again, there's people that get shot with 9mm and they get their bullet just like gets shattered inside of their body.
Well,
I think that's because of the jacket. I think the jacket's weaker than.
Yeah, like
There's more force and more damage done to the inside.
Hollow points, for example. The reason that they're called hollow points is because they mushroom so well and they have that hollow end. You shoot somebody with that and it mushrooms out, it might stick and it might pass through. With the RIP rounds, those things break up as soon as they hit a soft material, specifically your stomach.
What?
Think of small razor blades on the end of a projectile coming at you and then breaking up at the end while it's inside you. It creates its own wound cavity. It's crazy as shit. Okay, an AR-15, it mushrooms out. Okay. Think of a piece of a square tube. Okay, being crushed by a a crusher, okay? It's standing straight up and that crusher's coming straight down. Imagine that as a bullet, and it crushes it, and it squishes it. That's what that's what all projectiles do, especially buckshot and birdshot. They all squish down, so they're harder to get out and harder to trace. Now, if you shoot somebody with 50 BMG, you're not going to find that bullet. I don't care how far they are. You're not going to find that bullet inside them at all. You're going to find the jacket and parts of it, but you're never going to find that whole thing. Like, bullets work in a weird way. It's hard to explain until you've actually seen the damage to a gelatin block or a actual human body. I've seen it to a gelatin block. I've seen what they can do to deer. I've seen what they can do to hogs. I've seen what they can do to birds. It's fucking crazy. You know, I've seen.
50 cals are crazy.
Well, not
My dad
just.
used to have a 50 cal.
Well, not
He
just.
never shot it though. That was sad.
Never.
Sad
Not
thing.
just 50 cals though. Like 22s, 30-06, 308, 357, 9 mil, 45, 40, 45 ACP even, which is a totally different round than 45, just a regular 45. 308, 30-06, or not 30-06, 357, 50 AE, which is what the Desert Eagle fires. Hell, even a...
Yeah, now there's 3 versions of Desert Eagle. 50 cal, 30, I think it's 40 something, and 38.
No, it's not a 38, Adam. It's a 50 AE, which is Action Express, 44 Magnum, and 357 Magnum. Did you guys know that there's an actual gun, a pistol, the one that I said is used to kill elephants, that is 700 grains worth of lead? That's just lead.
The 500 Magnum.
Yes, the 460.
Yeah.
It's fucking
It's
crazy. You don't want to shoot one, it hurts like hell.
Yeah. I've seen videos of people shooting them, like even girls shooting them. It's pretty crazy.
See, like that's a good gun to go out into the wilderness with, right, guys? No, it's not. What, like, okay, when I
It's
go
a
out...
good gun for self-defense.
Yeah,
The pain would make you regret it.
it does. It really does. Experience.
You got men from Army that was shooting that, they'd say it hurt like hell.
Yeah, you have Navy SEALs shooting that gun, they're like, what the fuck is that? And they have a bruised hand the next day, and they're like, look what your gun did to me. Like, these are some tough motherfuckers that shoot these guns and that are still getting hurt by it. I would think Smith & Wesson would kind of get the idea and recall them all back. But these guns sell for
Nah.
easily $1,000.
Why would they?
You know?
Next they're gonna make like a double barrel, like the double barrel 1911, but 50 cal.
Well, they have. I mean, it's just not been released to the public. It's hard to find these articles to let you guys know, because these articles that I do find, that I do read up on to keep my knowledge fresh on guns, are like, you gotta go into the deepest, darkest fucking of the woods
Sorry,
that you can. You know, but what
I've been
I normally take hunting is a 270, which is a bolt action rifle. Specifically the Browning, but what I take with that is a 12 gauge shotgun loaded with a buckshot, you know, in case if there's a predator. You know, I don't want to be carrying this deer out in the woods alone, so I have someone come with me to make sure that nothing comes up behind me and tries to kill me to get my dinner, you know. I would say
I've never gone hunting because I live in the city, but yeah, if I ever went hunting, I would probably take like an AR-15 or something.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and that's another thing too. A lot of people say, well, you don't need an AR-15 to go hunting. You're gonna turn the deer into, you know, hamburger meat. Well, It's not fully automatic. It's a semi-automatic rifle, which is
Yeah.
1 bullet per trigger pull. You hit them in the heart, they're toast. You hit them in the neck, they're done. You hit them in the spine, well, you're gonna have to put another one in them because they're gonna be dead. You know, a bow sometimes is less lethal than a AR-15, or even more devastating than an AR-15 at times.
Yeah. There's some crazy tips on some bows.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
go hunting with crossbows.
I
That's
mean
the only
that.
thing I ever use, really.
They have a crossbow bolt that can be, you can put a, I believe it's a 357.
Yeah,
Cartridge
I've seen those where you can
in
put a
it.
bullet on top of the tip.
Yeah. And it sits there and it strikes the primer and out goes the bullet, and it's a one-time deal. I mean, you have all these crazy contraptions for bows, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. I have this knife, alright? It's made by Calumet Titanium, alright? This company is okay, it's cheap, face blade, 440 stainless steel, okay? There was a man in China not too long ago, like 20 or 30 years ago, who went on a killing spree and killed over 30 people with a knife. Alright? This is a
Wait,
silent...
were they all like children, or if
No,
they were grown men? Then
They were all grown men. He came up behind them and killed them. It was crazy, and he only did it at night, too.
I
Yeah, I don't believe it, because if you go up against like a knife-wielding attacker and they know what they're doing, then you're fucked.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh yes.
Like,
Okay, a knife, I can throw this knife, I can stab you with this knife at close range. You can even take it out of my hands and stab me with it, but this knife, right now, I'm telling you, I can go out and use a different knife. Not saying I'm going to because I'm not insane, but you can use a knife to kill more people. You can use a car. We found that out when France got attacked by that dude driving that van. He killed 16 people. We also found out that you can make a bomb out of some type of fertilizer. That actually happened. Dude put it in a mall. He mixed all the chemicals up with the fertilizer and kaboom. Mall went black. He killed 32 people in 1 hour with that one bomb. The 9/11 attack. They used a fucking airplane. But you're gonna sit here and tell me I can shoot an airplane that's flying 33,000 feet to 50,000 feet with an AR-15. No, an AR-15 can only go a mile, maybe even a half a mile. Okay, who's got a cat?
Me, he's laying on my chest right now. Sorry about that.
It's alright,
He's
dude.
calling it a dog too.
I mean-
back to this thing with women. I want to say this quick. There was a woman, I don't know where it was, but she was only supposed to use one weapon because she's a lone wife, well, mother. She had a child and she just came home from work, or picking up her child from daycare, I think. She had a shotgun and a pistol. Somebody was trying to break into her house, where she was living, because it was a weird bio thingy, like they do for Animal Planet.
Yeah.
And they said that she was only allowed to use a weapon that the other person was using, or something weaker. She didn't know what he was using, so she had the shotgun and pistol out. Shotgun in one arm, not steady at all, and the pistol in the other one. She was watching the door, and she was in her bathroom with no windows. She had her child with her, and she was waiting, calling the cops with her cell phone. In my head, I want to say, if you're a female, this is not to be sexist or anything, but if you're a female and you get attacked by a man with a gun, you don't know what kind it is, and you're supposed to use the same kind of gun or something weaker, if you're a female, you should be allowed to use something stronger, because even if the man does not have ammo or knows how to use the weapon at all, you can still get hurt just from him doing anything to you.
Yeah.
Same with some men, like gamers. Some of them you'll see they're like either really skinny or some of them are really out of shape. They cannot fight back if someone breaks into their house and they ain't got a weapon to use, or if they can't use the same weapon they have.
Yeah. See, my personal thing on this is like, I don't give a shit what the person's using to break into my home, but if you're gonna come into my home and you're gonna think that I'm gonna use the same kind of weapon that you're using, you're full of shit. Alright? Same goes with my mom. She knows the deal. She knows the drills. Okay? If someone breaks in the home and I have a 12 gauge, pick that motherfucker up and hit fire it. It's got double up buckshot and it's gonna go everywhere. Just be prepared for the noise. That's all you gotta worry about. And make sure you kill him. That she knows, dude.
I would hate to shoot someone with a shotgun. That would be so bad.
Yes, but if you're a man attacking a woman with a gun, you have no pride at all, unless like she's been in the military and she knows how to beat your ass better than you can.
Not even then, dude. You're a fucking coward attacking a female.
Yes, but
not being sexist, but I'm gonna say this real quick.
That's the thing, though. Some people, some women take that. They take that and overuse it.
Yes. The feminists out there saying we don't want to be sexist, blah blah blah, is mean and crude. Well, sometimes it's true.
Yeah,
there's
the
weak
world.
Women, there's strong. There's weak men. There's strong men.
This world is a cold-hearted bitch, and I'm gonna say that right now. I'm gonna say that up front. And if you think I'm sexist, well, all the power to you, buddy. Because honestly, that's another thing too. I don't understand why like females are, saying free. Women's rights. You have the same rights I do. Okay? You can get thrown in jail for hitting me. If I call the cops on you and you hit me, you can go to jail for aggravated assault. If you point a gun at me and shoot me, you have the same rights as I do if I shot you. I go to jail for it for attempted murder. You go to jail for it for attempted murder if you do the same thing to me. You stab me and I hit you, it's self-defense. Just like if I stabbed you and you knocked my ass out with a frying pan or whatever, it's self-defense. You're free. You're okay. What most women don't understand is it's always been equal rights. That's the whole thing.
For a while now.
For a while, after World War II.
Yeah, because used to women only could stay in the house and do all the women stuff.
You know what? I don't give a shit if you want to stay in the house or if you want me to cook and take care of the kids. I'll take care of the kids while you go out and do something.
Yeah, if a man does that at least, like, more than a month out of the year, then you're a good husband. You let your wife have time for herself.
I'll fucking bring you a bottle of champagne and cook you some fucking eggs and bacon and bring it to the fucking room. I will fix you up a fucking bubble bath. I will help you get dressed. I will help you do your fucking makeup. I will braid your hair. I don't care. But don't call me a fucking sissy when I do that shit for you, because that is what my mother has raised, okay? My mother has always told me, you put your hands on some fucking female, your dick's gonna fall off, and I've never put my hands on a female. No bullshit.
That is actually a good thing to tell your children.
I was raised with Southern hospitality. I was raised by a Southern mama. Okay? I didn't listen, I got my ass whooped. If I called a female a bitch, I got my ass whooped. Okay, here's another thing.
Over here, to be honest, women, like, especially girls in school, like, girls in school want to fight guys all the time. You see girls and guys fight in school here all the time.
That's another thing too. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm just gonna say it. My mama's always said this too, and I agree with my mama. If you think you're bad enough to handle a fucking man and whoop that dude's ass and he hits you, you better not fucking call the cops, because it's your dumb ass fault.
Exactly. Like, I believe a guy can hit a girl, but it has to be for the right reasons.
Yeah, like if she's trying to kill him, fuck yeah, knock the shit out of her. That's another thing too. A lot of people are like, oh, well, don't call me a fucking chick. You look like a chick. You have boobs. You got a fucking plastic vagina. You got an ass like a female. You got long hair. You got makeup on. I'm going to call you a fucking chick. If you look like a dude, I'm going to call you, hey, I'm going to be like, what's up, dude? And if you get offended by it, you know what? Suck my dick. That's where I'm at. This whole transgender and whole,
Attack helicopter.
Attack helicopter.
I had to bring that in. That was in my head for the longest time right now.
All this bullshit, where people are getting offended. Dude, let me tell you something. I don't give a shit if I offend you or not. You want to call me a dick? You want to call me an asshole? Come say it to my face, because you're not going to fucking like what I have to say after that. My mom didn't raise no bitch. And I'm not going to back down from a fight, especially if I'm been drinking. I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to back down from a challenge, yes, because I'm a fucking macho man. I love challenges. Okay,
Dude,
I love being
once fought
pushed.
a black guy in middle school. He kicked my ass.
I'm gonna say this right now.
I wasn't gonna back down to fight because you know,
That's another thing too. Being a white person in this fucking world right now is so
nobody
tough.
helped me, but everybody was helping him. Though it was stupid.
That's another thing. I want to bring this up real quick. If you're gonna fight somebody, have the dignity to fight them back, one-on-one. Your friends jump in, knock shit out of your friends, and get back to your business. If you knock his ass to the ground and be like, "You good? You want some more? All right, get up and let's go." He knocks your ass to the ground. He doesn't do that. Fucking grab a rock and hit him in his dick. I fight dirty. I do. I love fighting. That's the Irish in me. I also can't drink whiskey because I love to fucking fight. I can drink beer all day and be fine. I drink whiskey, I'm in that Irish mood, and I'm like, come on, you bitch, let's fucking fight, you faggot. And I want to fight all the time when I drink whiskey. I don't know why. You know, that's one thing. Females, if you're out there, you're 18, I'm single, just saying, you know, DM me on Instagram. I'm self-promoting right now because I'm fucking single.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
I'm
like,
also fucking really tired.
no, I'm not tired at all. It's just I've got cotton mouth.
Oh, that makes sense, actually.
You know, and another thing, girls, I don't care if you don't want to do your makeup and be pretty for me. I don't give a shit. Okay? That's cool. That's fine with me. But if you got biceps bigger than me, I cannot date you. It feels like I'm a fucking bitch. It really does. It makes me feel like I'm a bitch. I don't go out and work, okay? I don't go out and work work out. Number one, gym membership's too expensive, okay?
Oh,
Number
that's
two,
true.
it's too fucking hot in Texas to be indoors right now. That's why I'm in my room.
Why you got to go to the YMCA, man? This membership's free.
Fuck them.
YMCA.
There's no YMCA where I'm at, man. Shit. But, you know, like, yeah, I understand, you know, you want to be healthy, you want to be fit. People have proven, scientists have proven, that is not healthy for you. The right
Yeah, working out
program
every
for
day
you.
is-
The right program for you, okay? There's an ad that's been going around for a while now. You take a test, you see where you're at, and this dude will tell you what type of program, protein diet, well, pretty much any type of diet that you need to get fit and have your summer body. I don't give a shit. I don't go to the fucking beach. I go down in the creeks and the woods and I swim. I catch fucking fish with my hands, okay? I go noodling. I go mudding. I love to go shoot guns. I love to fucking ride dirt bikes and shoot guns at the same time. I like to blow shit up.
That's kind of hard with me.
No, it
That
ain't.
makes sense. I actually like that too.
You know, just because I'm big doesn't mean that you have to look at me as a different way, like, oh my god, this dude's gonna be so fat when he's like 40. No, I'm not. I haven't gained or lost
That's
any
me
weight
now.
since 8th grade. I weigh 254
Look.
pounds, I'm 5'8 and a half. I'm stocky, I have a belly, I have man boobs. You know what? I don't give a shit. I also farted, I don't care. Okay? I
Before we go on,
Yeah,
can I say something?
what's up?
YMCA, the song by Village People. YMCA, that's what I'm saying right now, so they can't copyright or anything like that. So I said YMCA.
Don't worry about it. As long as you're
You
not
won't
playing
get a
it.
Copyright claim, anyways. You have to have this, like ads or whatever turned on.
Yeah, I don't have my ads. At least I don't think I do. But I mean, like, what was it? You know, I'm 254 pounds. I'm 5'8 and a half. I haven't gained or lost anything since well, actually, let me take that back.
Eighth.
Since my 8th grade year. Okay, I'm 18 years old. I was 13 back then. I have not lost any weight. It all turns into muscle. No bullshit. I went to go work out for a
No,
few
no.
months. I got big. I got swole. I quit working out because it's too expensive. It's $30 fucking dollars
Oh, lucky it's
For-
50 for me.
for a not 8 month, but like a 3 month program. And you have to have you have to have a card to get in. You also have to pay for the card. That's another $10. Then you got to pay for your protein. You got to pay for your shaker. You got to pay for running shoes. You got to pay for all this bullshit. And I'm not gonna fucking do that. Okay.
How did you go thingy at?
Right now in Texas, let me see. Right now it's supposed to be storming, by the way.
Oh, yeah, there's clouds here. It's
So
not bad though. It's
today's
really
high,
flat.
today's high was 71. That is the coolest it's been in Texas for the past 2 weeks. Right now it's 77. I'm not going running. I gotta work tomorrow. I gotta go clean a house with my mom.
Right now it's 82 here, and it's usually above 100 degrees the entire day.
Yeah.
The coldest it's been recently is 50 for me. Right now it's 71. It might start raining, so it'll drop down to 50 soon. Hopefully.
Dude. But I mean, like, I understand, you know, people are like, oh, you need to work out. That's not healthy. Let me tell you something, man. The more stress I put on my body, the more potential I am to have a heart attack or a stroke. I was recently diagnosed with high blood pressure. Alright, I have to take pills. Okay? It sucks.
Mix with alcohol.
No, do not mix with alcohol. Trust me. I
That
take
just makes it worse.
I take it early in the morning. As soon as I get up, I take it. And then I'm set for the rest of the day. Like, okay, I'll give you guys a story, a real good story. I know we're getting off topic,
We've been off like 10 minutes right now, so
I know, but hear me out.
make an interesting video.
So, I'm sitting here, right? I'm with this chick, all right? She's 22 years old. I'm 18 years old. I'm officially able to date people that are above age limit. I can also date I believe it's a 16-year-old, but I'm not like that, so I'll date anywhere from 17 to like 23. That's just personal preference. I don't give a shit if you're big, ugly, hairy. I don't care. If you're with me and I treat you right and you don't treat me like a douchebag, I'm gonna be with you. I'm gonna give you my all. I'm gonna give you my ride or die type. That's what I like to call him. Vin Diesel, thank you so much for giving me that because I love using it. But I was with this chick and we were together for, I want to say, a year. And I moved here where I'm at now, and she lived near me, not in the same apartment, but near me. And I'm sitting here, and I'm like, hey, I want her to come over. I'm finally ready for her to meet my mom and meet my brother. I get cleaned up. I clean up my room. I get everything set. I set the mood perfect. I had his dinner cooked. You know, I even had some champagne. Okay. I went classy with it. And that night, she was like, I'm sorry, but I have to tell you this. I've been cheating on you. Excuse me? Are you fucking serious? Okay. Who are you cheating on me with? You know him. He's one of your friends. Okay, yep, I know who you're talking about. Thank you. Called my friend up, and he's like, dude, I was going to tell you, I'm so sorry. I was like, why? Why? Like, what? What? Why couldn't you come to me and tell me that you were, you know, having an affair with my girl while you're having an affair with yours? Like, that's not cool, bro. And he comes over to my house the next day because I clean everything up. I, you know, feed my family. I feed my mom and my brother. And I sit there. It was the weirdest thing. I had the most feminine fucking moment of my life right there. I had a bottle. I had a fucking container of ice cream. I had champagne, and I was watching fucking female romance movies. No bullshit.
Well, you just had something bad happen to you, so
Yeah.
there's no reason to ever feel like it's bad.
I wasn't feeling like I was a bitch. I was just feeling like, what the fuck did I do to myself? You know? Like, what was the point of me getting with this chick when I could have possibly known, you know? But I mean, that's one of the things. Like, for some reason, for the past, I want to say 2 years, I've had nothing but cheaters, and I hate that shit. My most recent girlfriend, who lived literally in an apartment complex next to mine, or down the way from mine, same apartment complex, different apartment. She was cheating on me and 2 other dudes, and the 2 other dudes were okay with it. So,
That's not right.
hell no, it wasn't, and you're gonna love this story. I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna love this story. So I'm sitting there, and I find out from my best friend, one of my best friends, man. And he's like, Devin, I'm sorry to tell you, dude, but she's cheating on you so bad. She's also cheating on 2 other people with you, so I was like, oh, that's great. So I'm part of a love triangle, you know, one for the dick, one for the money, and one for the car. Yeah, I get it, you know. And I break up with her, and I tell her, I'm like, I found out what you're doing. It's not fucking cool. You're a slut. Leave me the fuck alone. And my buddy and me, we do rodeo. You know, I love doing rodeo. I love fucking team roping. I love watching people ride bulls. I love bronc riding. I love bulldogging, all that bullshit. I even like to watch the girls fucking barrel race. I know it's weird, but I love to.
I'm actually curious, what is a barrel race? For anyone that actually watches this besides me that wants to know.
Okay, so they set up 3 barrels, right? And it's mainly a female event, but some guys do it too just for the adrenaline rush because it's fast paced and you're trying to beat a time. So they have 3 barrels. You go around one, you go around another, you go around another, and you haul ass back to finish your time. Once you cross that starting line, time starts. You got so much time to beat the person in first, or to come in second, or dead last. Either one's completely fine. But we were going to feed some horses, and we were going to get ready to, you know, practice for team rope. And we find this out, and one of the dudes is at our apartment. And I see her with him, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to beat the shit out of him. I have a crowbar next to my, door that I'm next to in the truck, and I'm like, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And I whisper it, and he hears me. He's like, what'd you say? I jump out of the truck. I'm a short little dude, right? I jump out of this big old lifted dually, and I'm like, I said I'm gonna beat shit out of you. And he sees a crowbar, and he's like, oh shit. She's like, you need to take your ass home. I was like, fuck you. You're not gonna tell me what I need to do. We're not together anymore. And he was like, whoa, wait a minute. I was like, yeah, you didn't know? I thought you were cool with it. He was like, no, dude, I didn't know. My bad. And I was like, well, I'm still going to beat your ass, so you might want to hop in your truck and run. I said, because I'm going to beat your ass, and I'm going to make sure you know who the fuck I am. I have spurs on. And he sees my spurs, and he's like, oh, shit. Because if you catch him on the... You might, like, if you catch them on the side of their mouth with spurs, you can, like, cut them. Their cheek. And he's like, alright, man, cool, whatever. I was like, alright. Don't let me see you around these parts again. And he takes off. He speeds off. And she's like, why'd you do that for? I was like, because everyone needs to know that you're a slut. I hop back in the truck. I throw the crowbar in the back. And we take off. And I get a call from my mom. And she's like, what the hell did you say to her? Now cops are looking for you. I was like, well, tell them where I'm at. I'm right here. Said I'm on top of a fucking horse. Getting ready to fucking rope. So they come out to me and they're talking to me, and I'm like, look, okay, I was just cheated on, alright? So you need to leave me the fuck alone before I rope you and, like, drag you. And they thought it was an actual threat, and I was like, no, man, I'm fucking kidding. I respect police. I was like, look, the whole reason that I went there is because my friend needed to stop to get a pack of cigarettes, because he smokes. So he goes and gets his pack. I see them outside. I had just broken up with her, and I was gonna let this dude know who the fuck I am and why I'm like this towards her. And so the officer's like, oh, okay, I see what happened. So they just write it off as a civil right shit, and they just move on. Case closed. And another bad thing too about being a bad thing about me is, I'm part Mexican, alright? I'm half-half, okay? I've got a little Indian in there, so maybe not half-half, but somewhat, and some Irish, so really not half-half.
It's like 25 something.
Yeah, 25 to 80, some shit, and, or something like that, I don't know, and for some reason I can't tan, so I look white as shit. I look like Casper. People used to call me Casper in high school. Okay. I was watching this one video one night, and it clicked to something else that I didn't know what I didn't know what the hell was going on. And it was these people threatening this white boy who was carrying a Confederate flag. Now, for you dumbasses out there who don't want to know about history, I'm going to teach you something. The Confederate flag was used in the Civil War, okay? North versus the South, for freedom of slavery and keep slaves, whatever. Technically, we're all slaves of society, so it really doesn't fucking matter. Nothing was settled. And it's hard for me because, you know, yeah, I'm part Mexican, yeah, I'm part white, or, you know, whatever the ratio is. And I get called a racist for being a white dude who has a Confederate flag and a "Don't Tread on Me" flag in his room. You know, I've touched on the subject. I've also seen people burning the American flag. I'm going to say this right now. Guys, just hear me out. If I see you burning a fucking flag, I will literally drive over you with my truck and then roll coal all over your friends, take the flag, beat all your asses, and fly that motherfucker proud. If you don't like America, if you don't like the president, well, get the fuck out. It's that simple. If you don't like guns, don't talk about guns. If you don't want to hear about it, don't fucking watch the video. Don't watch my live streams. Don't watch me at all. Please and thank you.
I have to say this right now for a burning flag. The army, if the flag has been up, I think, more than 40-something years, or there's another thing added to it, they take the old flag down, fold it up respectably, and then burn it in a fire, I think, lit by the leader of that area.
Yeah, they have to. That's in their protocol. I'm talking about people just burning flags because they feel like America's a piece of shit, and then them wiping their asses on it. That, to me, that's disrespect, okay? We have men and women, 18-year-old men and women going out and fighting for our country every day, you know, losing their lives so they can, you know, make sure dumbass people like ISIS don't come over and kill us all. That's what the whole thing's for. You know, show some respect to the flag, man. If you don't love America, get the fuck out. Go to Japan. I love Japan. Go to
Mexico's
somewhere.
Right there.
Yeah, Mexico's right down the road, literally from where I'm at. Drive straight down south and stay your ass there. Go to a third world country that actually shows you, if you burn a flag, if you show some eye to someone, they fucking kill you.
Yes.
And if that was that way here, that's a third world country, guys. That is a fucking piece of shit country that does not care about their people. No bullshit.
There's areas on it that are very bad, and there's areas that you'll get mugged or anything really, but it's beautiful there. You want to be there. It's nice.
Yeah, Cancun. Cancun, for example, one of the most beautiful places in Mexico. You know, that's a good example. Thank you. I'm talking like Afghanistan, Iraq, you know. And another thing is, I do want Trump. Here's the thing. I do want Trump to build a wall, and here's why. Okay, just hear me out. It's not to send everyone back. Yeah. Remember, I'm part Mexican, so fuck everybody.
Yes.
It's not to ship everyone out that's been here. It's to keep the fucking dumbasses who keep going back and forth to get people to bring them here. It's to keep those people out and keep us in. So, like, yeah, we can go and travel. We'll have to have our visas, whatever. You know, our passports. Sure, that's fine. If you want to become a U.S. citizen, take the test. Become a U.S. citizen the right way. Oh, it's fucking hard. You have to study for that bitch.
Well, yes, but that's the thing. You're used to studying. If you're old enough to want to go somewhere, you should be used to studying by now. Because you have, like, 12 years to, well, more than 12 actually, to study.
Yeah.
And then
it's not hard. But, you know, in the old town that I used to live in, there's these things called coyotes, which is an illegal transport of humans. They would go to Mexico for like a month, 3 months, get everybody that wanted to come, sneak across the border, you know, and bring them
and
back
make like $4,000 something a day from just
an hour.
Yes, and then you have freaking people out there risking their lives to go and get these people to make sure they're safe and bring them back to where they came from. Not to be rude or anything, but you have to think about this. The more that try to come over here, the more that could get injured or even killed just to try and find freedom.
Yes, there were border patrol men and women who were kicking bottles and gallon jugs of water. Here's why. So that way they'll turn their asses back around. Okay? I'm all for people to come over here and enjoy the freedom that we have, but do it the right way, man. I mean, come on. If I have to have my fucking passport to go to a foreign country, you better bet your ass you better have your fucking paperwork to show that you're here. I mean, there are no jobs where I live because of all the immigrants. They're easy to pay. No bullshit. Every company does it. Even the big corporate American companies. They're easy to pay.
They probably have like 400 of them.
Yeah.
Sitting. And then, since we're on the top of a border, if they have to, why don't, like, I understand the wall's good. Why don't they have immigration camps like next to it where people that want to go to America can stay, study, and get ready?
I'm gonna say this right now. Immigration camps wasn't a good way to put it because of Hitler.
Yes, I know. I know. I not mean like put you in the shower, shower you off, and make you go in the thing.
Like a city kind of, you know, like a little town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see where you're going with that. Where they have the, you know, roaming experiences.
They have some of the guards go out there, teach them like how we do stuff here.
To speak proper language, to learn the laws, and they could take the test there. Yeah, I completely understand that. You know, like for instance,
they need to think though. It'd probably get attacked by many people.
Yeah, they have to worry about rattlesnakes and fucking coyotes and mountain lions coming up on their asses. Just stay on the other side until you have the time to take the test. That's all I'm saying. I want people to come over here and experience, like I said, you know, I want them to experience the freedom that we have, so that way they have that freedom. But I'm sorry to say this, if your own country turns you away, I feel like we should turn you away too. You gotta go back, buddy. I'm sorry. I understand you almost died coming over here, and I'm pretty sure a lot of your friends and family did. But I don't want your ass over here if you're fucking running from your fucking country. Because then that puts my country... Children. Yeah, even your kids, man. You're putting your kids at danger. You know?
You can come over here, like, by yourself. A man, you can come over here, try and get a job, try and find fake passports and shit to get everyone over here. If you do that, then you can be put in under more felonies and shit, and could be sent back to Mexico and be put in a prison there.
Not only Mexico, but, like, Iraq, Afghanistan, you know, all those other fucking places. You know, I love everyone. I don't give a shit about your color, your race, your religion, whatever. So what? Okay? Honestly,
yeah, like,
when you put a kid's life in danger, that's where I beat shit out of you, shoot you, and throw you in the ocean. That to me, that, like, that's what should be done to these people. Well, I mean, not literally killing them, like shooting them their toe off and letting a shark kill them. That's just me.
No, yeah, that's worse than them leaving the children somewhere.
Well, no, because think about it. When Obama was president, this is not a race thing again.
Oh, no, it's not.
He brought more refugees over to this country, and we're putting people like my family in 3-bedroom apartments, and they get to have fucking badass cars. They get to have a badass truck. They get to have a badass house with a backyard and a front yard that's fenced in. When I don't even have any of those things. I have a roof over my head, clothes, food, and fucking internet and TV. That's it. I can't get a job because I'm not the perfect color, so I can work cheap. You want to make America great again? You want to talk about being equal? Be equal to the white men, black men, yellow, orange, brown, black, white, purple, pink, yellow. I don't give a shit. Be equal. Give me the same fucking opportunities. It don't matter what color my skin is. I'll fucking clean your fucking toilet for $40 an hour. Well, that seems a little too overstream, but like $5 an hour. No bullshit. I will. I'll fucking do that. You know?
And then you have, like, you charge extra for stuff like if the house is like piles upon piles of just random shit just tucked somewhere.
Yeah.
It's like, clean my basement, you go down, there's a fucking bag of trash like full of dead mice.
Yeah, I'll fucking take that out. I'll clean it up. You know?
Yeah, but you're gonna charge extra because you're touching dead animals that could give you an illness.
Yeah. You know, especially around here where I live, there's a bunch of dairies. There's nothing but fucking immigrants working them, and they're getting paid shitty. You know?
I have to ask you this. Where I live right now, we're making like 20 fucking hotels, all kinds of shit so far. The internet gets shitty during the middle of the day because people are getting off work and they're going to the man camps. They're like set up everywhere now, turning on their freaking TVs and shit. Why don't they just have them like, even if you're an immigrant and you come over here illegally, come somewhere where there's like less population.
Yeah.
Give people that live somewhere else a chance, not just sit over there, keep going to one spot because you know where lots of people are and they can get you help getting a job.
You know,
Go somewhere where you can be independent and help yourself.
Yeah, like my old town, dude, we were running like low on fucking water supply, and we had 2 towers, 2 fucking water towers.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that on something for school.
You know?
You guys were running out of water, and people were sending you water. You guys couldn't.
Yeah, and we couldn't
there was
fill.
droughts going on and shit.
Yeah, and we couldn't fill the fucking tanks fast enough, and a lot of people left the town. You know, a lot of farmers had to leave their fucking lands and their home because of all the fucking immigrants, okay?
And then that land can't be used anymore because people like oil companies and shit buy them and then go farm as much as they can and just waste the rest.
Yeah. You know, like one night, for instance, I had a bunch of people try and break into my home when I was like 5 years old, and it was 1 or 2 o'clock at night. My mom was a prison guard, and we didn't have any guns, right? And they come up, and the way you can tell that they were immigrants is because they had big trucks that had the big ass mufflers on them. Like, listen, okay? I understand a lot of people want to represent Chihuahua, in Mexico, but dude, come on, be fucking right in the head. If you're illegal here and you have that shit and they stop you, you have any papers? Oh shit, you're fucked. You know, we had people try and break into our home, and we called the police, and they saw the sirens and they left. You know, and that's when I started getting really, really big into guns and trying to persuade people into understanding how guns work, and that's when we're having this talk, and we're also going off topic, but you know what? All these topics tie into fucking one. Literally. Yeah. You know? And I saw a funny meme. I'm going to share it with you guys. It says, so if guns kill people, then that means pencils misspell, cars drive drunk, and spoons and forks make people fat.
Well, I want to say one thing.
Shut the fuck up, Kobe!
God, you faggot.
Adam, you two still there?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm still here. Okay, I was gonna say one thing. Technically, if we did not have silverware, we'd be more neat and tidy because we'd have to eat with our hands. We have to wash them a lot, and depending on how big your hand is, you probably want to eat like really fast or eat a lot.
Yeah.
Like if you're a big person, your hand's bigger than a softball, then my God, you eat with your hands, you're going to
You're fucked. You know, like, I also saw something too that was about the Second Amendment. It said that this is actually true. The Second Amendment protects all the other protects the whole Bill of Rights. Okay? And in the Second Amendment, it clearly states this shall not be infringed. So why are we even talking about gun control when it says it right there? Oh, well, it's outdated. It was dated for muskets. It was not dated for assault rifles. Let me tell you something, dude. The first assault rifle was a fucking musket, okay? It was used to assault people, to kill people, to kill animals, to defend people's homes. That is a gun, okay? From my cold, dead hands, you will take away any of my weaponry. You will take nothing away from me, and if you try to, guess what? You're gonna need a body bag because big boy gone. And that
Well-
goes for anybody.
We have
You
to admit
know-
though, there are guns where if you use them for too long and the parts get
Oh,
and they have
oh,
chances
oh,
of popping back and shooting
oh.
yourself.
Ow, ow, ow,
What?
ow. Adam, stop talking. Mute your mic. I'm sorry for that, but his mic is really fucked up, man. I mean, I don't know. Like, Canadians, dude, even know our fucking gun laws and gun rights. And they're not even in the US of A. They're not in the United States of America. They're part of North America, but they're not in the United States. Okay? We only have 50. I didn't see 51 or 52 or 70. I saw 50 on the fucking flag last time I checked. And for you grown-ass people out there who don't even know how many fucking flags there are, or stars on our flag, you are fucking retarded. I'm sorry if I offend anyone, but you're fucking retarded. Guys, how many stars are on our flag?
50, obviously.
Is it better?
Yes. Adam, how many stars are on our flag?
53.
Are you fucking kidding me?
There
Yeah.
are 50, there were 12, and actually in Canada it's made up in 70 parts.
Yeah.
So if Canada and America were to come together for this part, we would have in total 120 stars on a flag. Or if we mix the flags together, we'd have the Canadian symbol in the middle, stars around it, and red, white, and blue stripes going on the corners.
Yeah. I mean, how dumb is it that even our own people that live in the U.S. do not know how many stars are on our flag?
It's more sad when people are outdone by Mexicans that just barely came over here and barely passed
Not
the
just
test.
Mexicans, but there's a video from this one YouTube video. I don't remember what it was, but this dude goes around and asks how many stars are on our flag. People are saying like 17 by 3, no, 36. Are
My
you
God.
fucking serious? I didn't finish high school, but damn, I got my fucking diploma. Where the fuck did you go to school at? Oh man, I didn't even go to school. Are you fucking kidding me? There was a chick. Listen, there was a chick from Sweden that knew how many fucking stars there were on our flag. When we, us as Americans, I don't give a fuck about race, as Americans, didn't even know how many fucking stars we had. And it's sad. But yet you want to deem a fucking white guy and a police officer a murderer because of their fucking skin color and because they carry a gun. What?
Do you think back then when they made the Second Amendment that they thought we were gonna have assault rifles and nuclear explosives and stuff though?
Well, see,
Like
okay.
if they knew
Okay.
that, then we'd be able to carry like nukes in our house and stuff.
Well, here's the
No,
thing.
that is completely illegal.
That there was a rifle that could shoot, I believe it was like 5 or 6 musket balls at once. The first trigger would
I've
go,
seen that.
the second trigger would go, third, fourth, and finally the last one. And they would all fire out, and that was your first, technically, assault rifle.
Assault rifle.
The shotguns back then were assault rifles because you put a bunch of fucking lead pellets
Like little balls.
and you'd light the fuse and you turn away so you didn't get blasted or have the gun blow up in
That's
your
why
face.
the right to bear arms back then was so necessary because people
Well-
back then actually needed to defend their homes.
Well, even
Yeah,
now,
whatever.
dude. But
These
look,
days.
even now we still have to have that same priority because we have dumbasses
Yeah,
who are high off of methamphetamine or cocaine or even bath salts or flocka, I mean,
Speed,
coming into our
freaking
fucking home trying to kill us all because they
schools.
saw something that scared the shit out of them. Another thing, thank you for saying schools. My whole thing about the gun control thing is don't put up big signs that says, hey, this is a gun-free zone. We have no guns here. You can come and kill us all. That, to some dumbass, outrageous, insane person is like
An
a
invite.
big, easy fucking target. I had a fucking teacher who was a Marine who said, if our next president decides to give us a fucking race to carry a gun, I'm gonna fucking carry a gun. He didn't think
Yeah, but
twice.
aren't most like school shootings done by the kids at the school?
Yes, because they get picked
Yes.
on,
Lot
bullied,
random
or okay, look, there was one here in Texas, in Santa Fe, Texas. No bullshit, there's a Santa Fe in Texas. I didn't know that, and I live in Texas.
I know this. I went through it. I seen Carl's back there.
He fucking got dumped. This girl rejected him, and he went to the school and killed him. He killed that chick and 7 others. All because they made fun of him for getting turned down. I don't like being turned down, but you know what? If I get turned down and be like, alright, cool, you know, you want to hang out later, maybe go to the movies, you know, as friends, fuck. You know, I'll be your friend. I don't give a shit. You know?
Yes.
If you need
I
a
understand
shoulder to
that.
cry on, I'll be your fucking friend. But,
Yes.
you know,
Nice
you
guys
have...
finished last,
Yeah.
but
And that's what pisses me off too. All these fucking girls nowadays are hoes, man. I
Oh,
mean,
come to here,
oh
you'll
my
see a lot.
god. Oh, I've been in New Mexico. I know how many there are. I've dated a few
Oh,
from there.
yeah, there's
You
lots of
know,
them.
and all these girls are all into bad guys, and I'm like, what in the fuck? But I see you on your Instagram post and on your Facebook stats saying, I want a nice guy to treat me right. I'm right fucking here. I know several
still
dudes
treat
that
the
will
wrong
treat
one.
you right. You know, fuck.
Like, okay,
I'll take you out
You
to
didn't see
dinner.
this,
I'll trade in
but-
my truck to buy a fucking Prius so we can go to fucking... Or I'll buy a Prius and save my truck for another fucking day. And we'll go out and, you know, eat a fucking fancy dinner. I'll take you out in the city. I'll show you the
Yeah.
fucking stars. I will help you do what you need to do. I will go buy you fucking tampons, okay?
if a man will do anything for you as a friend, and you still choose somebody that you know you can never do anything for or with without them doing something bad to you,
You're a fucking
then you need to
dumbass.
get your priority. Yes. Like,
You need
okay,
to get
this
your
one
fucking
girlfriend,
ducks in a row.
Oh yes, this one girlfriend I had, massive slut. She had 3 boyfriends at once after breaking up with me. And the way she broke up with me, she didn't come to me face to face, nothing like that, not want to talk in private. She goes and gets one of her gay friends. I know he's gay because he walks up, he's always walking around gay, always doing gay
Oh,
shit.
shit.
Walks up to me and says, go, blah, 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 and all this stuff. I was mad, sad at the same time, because
But I mean,
I'm
you...
one of those flight people. I don't want to fight. I like to flight. I like to stay away from danger. But if
Yeah.
I need to, I will. Because you've heard my anger. I can break some shit easily.
Yeah, it's funny.
But, like, I was emotional, all this stuff. After a while, I just didn't care anymore. We were friends again. But still, if you're gonna be a hoe and get a nice person, but still want to be with bad people,
Hmm.
then make sure you know what you're doing.
You know, like...
Because the more trouble you get yourself into, the more you're not going to be able to get out of it.
Yeah, you're only digging yourself deeper. Like, you know, where I live, there are a lot of chicks who, like, are, you know, into barrel racing and do rodeo, and they still go after those fucking bad boys when they know there's a good fucking dude talking to them, and they'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, I like this guy, you know, he's got a big dick, or da-da-da. Listen, I understand for some girls
Well, you
size
don't know
fucking
about
matters, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't give a shit if you think size fucking matters or not. If I treat you right, by all means, fucking leave me. If you think I treat you shitty, tell me.
Yes.
If your
Like,
daddy don't like
people
me,
like
fucking tell
gamers.
me.
Most gamers are probably one of the nicest people you'll meet, but if you see them on YouTube or anything, you're like, God, they're dicks. Or something like that. That's just them and their friends. They're not with people that they like the most. Like,
Yeah.
if we were to meet face to face, we don't sit there and just call each other bastards, something like that.
Oh, I will.
Liam,
I mean,
I've already given up. I don't care anymore about that fight. But if you're going to fight, make sure you fight, but make sure you give up on the fight later on.
Yeah.
Not keep going until you dig yourself a hole to where you can't even get out yourself.
yeah, I mean,
And there's
like,
girls that they fight down till they're like, I'm using a Minecraft reference, bedrock.
oh yeah, I mean, they
Don't-
chew right down to the fucking marrow in your bones, and then they leave you out to dry. You know,
Yeah.
I was raised by a single mother, alright? I was 5 years old, I had to become a man. There's a lot of shit that I had to learn, okay, that a man couldn't teach me because he wasn't fucking there. That's cool. I understand sometimes, yeah, I may act like my biological father. You know what? I can grow from that. I can choose a different way. But I know, guys, I have to move this around. Sorry, otherwise my PS4 will turn off. But I mean, you know, a lot of people are always like, "Oh, well, you gotta do this. You gotta do this for a chick." No, you don't. Most women don't even know what the fuck they want. But I'm gonna give you everything that I have. Bet.
I want to word that a little different, because I was in the party when you told me all this stuff that you said. I want to word that a little different for me, because in my head, my imagination is going crazy right now.
Okay. If most women don't know what they want. Men have been asking that question for years. For eons. Okay, since Adam and Eve. What do women want the most? Most women don't even know what the fuck they want. But I'll be damned if I don't try my hardest to give them what their heart desires. You know, I mean, if I have to give the shirt off my back so you can sleep comfortable that night, if I have to give you the whole bed and I'll sleep on the fucking floor to make sure you're okay, I'm fucking cool.
That's like whenever somebody has morning sickness. You go in there, you see them.
I'm not gonna go that far with a girl, but you know. Okay.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's because you're younger and you weren't raised like I am, you know? Like, for instance, y'all's generation is totally different than mine. We didn't break up over text, we broke up over fucking notes. Or we broke up in person. We
I understand the note part.
We don't go on Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
You like
I
go
don't
get some
have
dates
any
and
of
shit.
that.
Like,
Yo,
if you're gonna break up
I,
with me, I might as well have you fucking kick me in the balls and cut them off, then fucking send me a text. Like, it's fucking lazy. Grow a fucking pair. I don't care if you're a woman or a dude. Grow a fucking pair and tell
Most
me that
women
you
have
don't
bigger
want to be
pairs
with
than
me. Oh, yeah, they do. A lot of women,
And then,
a lot
okay.
of girls these days do.
And then, yeah, think though, some girls these days are like out of college and all this stuff, they're always on their phone during dates or something. You got a romantic place where steaks cost like $40 fucking just for part of it. Like, the
Fuck
bone
that.
itself is $40. I know, but like, if you really like this person, you like that, but she sits on her phone that whole time and like answers questions like yes, no, aw, or something like that, you need something better.
You need
Never
to
go
dump
with
her
somebody-
ass. You need to ditch
Yes.
that Oldsmobile and get you a fucking Lambo. You know, dump
Like-
that piece of shit, dude. Like, I know we've gotten a lot off the topic, and I understand you guys came here for one thing and one thing from. Yeah, I mean, you know, this isn't just about, like, I titled this stuff, you know, I didn't just title it Guns and Talk.
Oh yeah, I know. I was looking on my phone. I see it.
You know, I don't. The best relationship advice I could give a male and a female, for the dude, love her like there's no tomorrow, but don't be too clingy to where you push her away. I've had that mistake, and yes, it was my fault, but it was also her fault too, because she was giving me mixed signal. She told me one night, you never call me, you never text me, you never love me enough. Okay, well, fuck.
And the next day she's like, "You're too close."
Yeah, you're too fucking close to the fire, buddy. Step the fuck back before you get burnt. You know, I mean, girls do give that mixed signal sometimes. For you girls, don't give mixed signals, and don't be a slut. Don't fucking check out another dude because he's buff or because he's got a nice car. He's probably got a small pecker if he's got a real nice car. Now, if he's got a lifted truck and he's worked for it, if he's worked for that car, and you can see it on his hands, if he's worked so fucking hard for that car, and you can see it in his eyes as well, be with him. But if he's got daddy's money and he's always in daddy's wallet, don't fucking do it. I saw a dude.
'cause that, over time, it's gonna go way fast.
I saw a dude. I was actually cleaning his house, cause I needed to, cause you know my mom asked me if I could go and help. You know, we needed a house to be clean, so fuck it. You know, this kid's fresh. He's into college right now. He's 19 years old. He's got his own house that he's renting. And he's got mommy and daddy's cash right in his fucking hand. Okay. Alright, so you haven't worked a day in your life for that. I see how it is. But I can bust my ass all day and be called a fucking lazy ass.
For college. I understand for college, like, if you want to use your mom's money or your dad's money,
No,
if they will
dude.
let you do it, yes. But, like, you should work for something.
I'm living with
Even
my
if you have to pay
mom
for
right
your
now,
own.
dude. Listen, I'm living with my mom, alright? I'm 18 years old. Yeah, I know. I should have been out of the house by now. I'm going through college
I
in the
understand
fall.
that.
Okay? Dorm prices are expensive as fuck. Trying to rent my own apartment is gonna be expensive. I need a place to crash. My mom's gonna let me crash here. That's cool. You know? I'm not gonna live at home forever.
But you're gonna
Because
stay with her till...
until I finish college and I get on my feet. That's how it works. You know, normally
Like, with YouTubers, they'll
Yeah.
be in their parents' houses for, like, maybe 5 years of their whole YouTube career.
yeah.
Then they move out and they're still doing YouTube as a full-time job instead of, like, an hour video a month or an hour video a week and the rest of the week's work.
You know, I gave up a job at a plant so I could, you know, help my family because we were in a rough spot. You know, yeah, I could have
Yes,
taken the
that
job.
makes sense.
We only have one car, okay? My mom needed it to get back and forth to work and our schedules would have conflicted. Okay, here in the state of Texas, you cannot leave a 13-year-old by themselves for more than 6 hours. I would have been at work for 12 hours. My mom would have been at work for 12. So,
That makes sense.
I mean, and I don't trust anyone to come into my home and watch over my little brother. I'm sorry, I don't. I won't even let
I
my
understand
family
that.
unless my grandmother does. And even then,
I know that feeling.
I don't even
You
fucking
still
trust
have
them.
that feeling in the back of your body, you're like, I know something bad is gonna happen.
Yeah,
I
and
know something bad's
9
gonna
times out
happen.
of 10, if I leave him alone, it fucking does. You know, but girls, guys, don't give mixed signals. Like, it's the dumbest shit ever. Don't complain because the guy's too clingy and you say he's not too close. And treat your girls right. Don't call them bitches. Don't smack their ass. You know, treat them like a
The way you want to
woman,
be treated.
not like a fucking chick, your side hoe. Don't even call them hoes. Okay, I call the girls that I've been with hoes because they are. Okay, when I was with
Don't
them,
ever get us.
when I called them when I was with them, I called them babe, honey. I called them by their name as well. Okay. I told them they looked beautiful every day. I told them that they didn't need makeup on every day because that's how confident a woman needs to be. I want my woman to be confident, but I also want her to know if she needs something, she can come to me for it. You know? I may not have a fancy car or a flashy car. I may not live in a big city. I may not, you know, smell good half the time because I fucking work. Or because I'm too lazy to take a shower. Sorry,
I know the
but
feeling of smelling bad, but like, there's like, if you're somebody that has problems with their body and they can't like stop it from smelling bad, then you can't blame them. Like me,
Yeah.
I have tried every bit of deodorant, and every time I do, after an hour, it is gone.
yeah.
24 hours stick last, it's gone. Like when I had
Same.
PE, it was the worst because after PE,
Hold
I
on,
put
real
the stuff
quick.
on again.
Hold on. Guys, if
Yeah.
Everyday Fusion, if y'all want to leave, man, y'all can.
Nah,
If
it's
y'all,
good.
are you sure?
I don't even think everybody's awake.
That's
Um,
Fun. I mean, just listening to a conversation.
Well, I mean, what are your, like, we haven't asked for a while. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Like, what we're talking about right now?
From all of like 20 topics we've jumped from,
Well, the girl
From-
topic right now.
yeah, we have that one if there's like the main judgment. Because we've jumped back to
I
this one several
honestly
times.
haven't really been paying attention. But,
Okay.
Catch me up.
Okay, so it's been a while since we've talked on this, the very beginning. But what are your thoughts on like any relationship advice you can give to girls and guys that are watching right now?
Or who will watch.
Yeah.
To be honest, I
To
don't,
be,
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Everyday's only relationship was with marijuana.
No, I've had plenty of girlfriends, but
Well, were you clingy? What
Don't
were
even
you?
ask me about relationship relationship advice because I'm 13. I haven't had much experience with that stuff. At least real
Okay.
experience. You know, when you're younger,
Okay.
like when I was in kindergarten, I used to think that I had a girlfriend all the time. It was just stupid.
No,
So
the
I'm not gonna
relationships
say
here.
that.
A girl considers a relationship whenever they've been with a man and actually have seen all their part of their bodies naked and they've explored each other pretty much.
That's not a relationship,
Freaking
that's a
awful.
booty call.
Yeah, I know. I freaking this one girl. I liked her so fucking much. Whenever I was in grade school, though, I hated her. Like she always chased me around. She liked me more. Then I started getting older. She left for a while. She came back. I started realizing how much I liked her. I started gaining weight, so I started becoming less attractive to most females.
Yeah.
Once I got to 6th grade, I was overweight. I lost some weight, not too much.
Well, I mean, that's the
But
thing. Overweight. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna stop you right there. Overweight is like 400, 500 pounds. That's overweight. That's obese. You know, especially
Well,
for a 13-year-old. Now,
yeah, I understand that.
casually overweight, that's like 200,
200
220.
something.
You
It
know.
all depends on your height. If I was maybe 7 feet right now, I would be probably within the medium of where I could be.
Yeah.
wait, what is your
Because-
YouTube channel, Pizza?
Devin Cruz, DEVYN.
But it all, like in my health class, we talked about weight and stuff. We seen what we were at. Mine was like 7 something, like 7'2", and I would be perfect. I'd be in the middle. I am
Yeah.
extremely tall for someone of my weight, because I'm pretty sure, like out of all my school, the overweight people have been short as hell. The
Yeah.
skinnier people have been taller. But like my height, I go over all my skinny friends, except for like 2 of them. And they both blame their metabolism. I'm telling them. Every time they say that it's not going to run out, they do all this stuff to keep themselves from doing all this. I tell them, once they hit age 30, they're going to have a gut bigger than I could ever have. And I'm talking like, my uncle has a pot belly. Like, you go up to him, you could probably put water inside of it. I'm not being mean or anything like that, but if you have a pot belly, not get help, but like,
Try and
focus
lose some
on
of
what
it.
you do. Yeah.
You know, I
Maybe
don't.
attractive to people, but I understand
Which one is your
you
profile picture?
The orange one
you
with the
just,
D in the
uh,
middle.
kind of help yourself, like lose some weight so that way you feel better, like something's gone off of you.
Did you
help
spell it?
yourself
Hold
out
on, Adam. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm letting you do this.
in it?
Is it DEVYN?
Oh, YN? I thought you said IN.
No, hell no.
Oh,
You
I
know-
see it. I got it.
And that's another thing too. Like, okay, I'm 5'8.5". All right, I have a bad back. Okay, my back is so curved that my stomach sticks out.
Oh,
Okay.
I know that.
I'm short. I'm stocky. I do have a big belly, but if I work out enough, like for 6 months, maybe even a year, I'll be so fucking huge I won't be able to fit in any of my shirts. Like all the fat that I have on me right now, technically fat, is pretty much muscle that's just depleted. Like, I do work out my arms, I do work out my legs, you know, I go up and down the stairs all the time, I do move stuff all the time. You know, I was in football, I had scholarships for football in junior high already. I was a fucking beast, and I got hurt, and I quit using my arm for a very, very long time. I was too afraid to get back into the sport. I had a scalped tibula or some shit. My shoulder blade would stick out, and no one knew why. And they ran x-rays, they found out that I had a fractured bone in my shoulder. And I sued the school for it, and they paid for all my medical bills, all that, x-rays, MRIs, whatever the fuck, I needed. And
Get surgery or something?
nope, they didn't give me any surgery. You know why? I'll tell you why. So this was the beginning of my 8th grade year. We had just lost my best friend in 2013, March 31st. And 8th grade year, 2 weeks into football practice, they had given me some faulty pads, a faulty helmet, and head coach told me to. They told one of the kids to hit me as hard as he could.
Oh, I heard this one, yeah.
And he broke my shoulder. And I couldn't move my shoulder the next day. I was like, Coach, I can't do this, man. He's like, alright, take your pads off. Let me look at it. I had a big ass bruise, and he was like, oh. He hit you that hard? I was like, yeah. He ran full force. And so they call my mom. I go to the emergency room, and they're like, yeah, I think it's broken. So I'm like, alright, what do I need to do? They were like, ice and heat to take down the swelling. And everyone thought I was faking, and I showed everyone the bruise, and they were like, oh shit. And I still got called fake. I still got called all this, and
And you didn't shoot up the school.
yeah. I was...
That was an earlier topic.
Yeah, that was, but I mean, you do have a valid point there. I didn't shoot up a school.
Yeah.
I was made fun of from the time I was in 1st grade till the time I damn near killed myself. I was really, really hurt. I had just lost one of my best friends. And a lot of people were like, he wasn't your best friend. Y'all didn't get to know each other. Y'all hated each other. Towards the end of him dying, like a month before he died, we were starting to really get real close. We were starting to call each other best friends, and trying to hang out a little bit more, and all that. And he died March 31st, 2013. I got the call at 6:45 in the afternoon. It was the day before Easter, because Easter was on the 1st of April, which is April Fool's. And I got the call, and I broke down. It still is really hard to talk about, but that's the thing of life. You go through these tragedies, and you go through all this stuff, and it was a real hard time. And no more than 2 weeks after me getting hurt, the kid that hurt me tore his rotator cuff, so he couldn't move his arm. And of course, him being a high school football coach's son, he got surgery immediately the next day, was back at school. And I set out football, basketball, got hurt in track, tore my meniscus, and bye-bye scholarships. And 2016, I started doing drugs. I've been clean for almost 2 years. October 5th will be 2 years, so yay. One night, this is crazy and no one's really gonna believe me, but one night, the first time I tried to kill myself, I OD'd. Second time I tried to kill myself, I was trying to cut one of my main arteries, and that didn't work. The third and final time I tried, I OD'd on methamphetamine. What's crazy is, and this is like really, really crazy, like this is some crazy stuff, and I'm glad it happened because it opened my eyes. So I'm literally sitting on the bed that I am right now, and I had just smoked, like I had just done it, and I hear this voice, and I see someone in my room, and I recognize his face instantly, and it's my friend that had died. And he's like, what are you doing to yourself? Why are you trying to hurt yourself? And I start bawling. I instantly just start crying. And I remember him reaching inside of me and pulling out this big black nasty just ugly looking thing, and he was like, that was inside you, it was gonna kill you. He was like, you don't need to be doing this to yourself, you need to steer clear of what you're doing. And no bullshit, the next day was my little brother's birthday, October 5th. And he grabbed it, he was like, you need to go flush it down the toilet. I remember him guiding me to the toilet and me dropping it in, him grabbing my hand and flushing it down. And I sit there and I bawl for like 45 minutes, and he's holding me tight, dude. He's just squeezing me. And I was really pissed off at the world at the time. I was, like I said, I was doing drugs. I was trying to kill myself. And my mom recently found out about this 6 months ago. And it was one of the most craziest things, telling my mom and my family. Because my cousin had just gotten out of prison, and she was like, what happened, what's going on? And well, they told her, and she like broke out crying. She was so pissed at me, but she was so sad that I tried to hurt myself. And I know saying this on YouTube is gonna sound like, oh, I'm suicidal, I'm this and this. No, I'm not anymore. I've backed off of it. Like, I recently got saved, so you know, I'm on a good path right now. I've been trying to be positive and you know, let everything go. And one of the main things was, you know, his death. And then I remember telling this to Adam. I had recently found out my dad had gotten remarried, and he has a stepson about my age. And my mom found a picture, and this isn't her fault, you know, she blames herself for it, but it wasn't hers, because I would have found it eventually. And he's sitting there on the football field with him and his new wife and his stepson, and he's like, I love my boy. And I'm pissed. I'm so pissed. And I remember being on...
What's wrong with that, though? Like, he can love two boys. He has two sons.
No, he's got 4, maybe even more. He doesn't come see me. He called me
I know that feeling.
He called me
yeah, I know
a mistake.
Too, 'cause my dad's in prison. I mean, he hasn't seen me in years.
Yeah, but
My dad's been trying to skip out on child support.
my dad's been skipping out on child support. And on top of that, his parents are literally right down the road, and he was here in my town that I live in for my birthday, and he didn't even come and say hi, happy birthday, none of that. So
Yeah,
your dad's in prison. That's a whole different thing, dude. Like,
he
if
hasn't
he's
even said, like, it's the same thing with me. He hasn't said happy birthday or seen me, or like, even when he was out of prison, he was just on the streets doing like gang
Yeah.
shit, you know, like he never came to visit me.
No, but like, I mean, like, your dad's wrapped up in a bunch of shit, and my dad, he's a worthless piece of shit, dude. Like, so worthless. Like,
Damn.
you do know who your dad is. I hardly ever remember my dad. You know,
I'm not even sure who my dad is.
it's kind of sad to say that, but I really don't. He just, I don't know, man. He is a bad person. He used to beat my mom a lot. He used to throw us out. He was he was in the army, or National Guard, my bad, and he got dishonorably discharged. And I mean, if you get kicked out of the National Guard, something's wrong with you. I'm not saying that, you know, anything's harder, everything's... Adam, fix your mic.
Damn it.
You know, I'm not saying that your dad's not bad. I understand, you know, like, my cousin, her dad, you know, same shit, different day. You know, it's just, like, we have different experiences, and we have different ways of dealing with stuff. And of course, my way was to take out my anger on everything and anything, and it resulted on me nearly dying and me not solving anything, you know. So Like, I hope and pray to God that you never get to where I was. I wouldn't even wish that on my worst enemy, dude. Like, it's bad. It sucks. You know,
Yeah.
for a while, when I was going through the withdrawal of, you know, not using, I was, you know, biting stuff. I was punching shit. I was very, very irritated easily.
I used to do that shit. I would always punch walls and stuff. I actually broke my hand once punching my door, and I had to get surgery on it.
I broke my knuckles quite a few times. Like like my life is bad, but I know there's someone out there that's had a really, really rough life, worse than mine. And if they do have a home, if they do have a phone and they're watching this, just understand that there's someone up above that loves you and cares about you, even if you don't know him yet. Like, that's one thing that really got me. Like, tomorrow or Sunday I have a meeting at the park here where I live, and it's a spiritual meeting. You know, they cook out, you know, kids play football, you know, we all get together and, you know, we hang out, we preach, and, you know, we talk, and people get saved, and it's a crazy thing. You know, I got saved, and it was, oof. You know, I met people there that I never knew even existed. You know, for the longest time I thought I was the biggest and baddest, and I got shut down pretty quick. And I used to have a lot of hate in my heart, like hate. I used to call everybody fucking idiots, dumbasses. I mean, I still do, but in a playful manner. Like, I'm talking like if these people like looked at me funny, like snickered at me, I used to turn around to them and talk shit, and they'd start talking shit, and a fight would break out, and I get in trouble. You know, that's how
Yeah,
I was.
I know people like that.
And for the longest time, dude, I hated the world. I hated God, mostly. And that Sunday when I got saved, it changed my life for the better. And you know, it's not, to me, like, for example, I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I know my mom doesn't want me to, but I'm gonna say it anyways. For the older viewers at home, I'm talking like 30, 35, maybe even 40. If you guys have seen Sling Blade, you know what I'm about to say. And you'll actually like it too, because this is directly out of Sling Blade that actually happened to me. So my mom was dating a construction worker. And well, one night he was drunk and high, and he pushed my mom in front of me. I don't remember any of this, but it did happen. He pushed her, she hit her head on the table, and I pushed him, and mind you, this dude's 6'4", 285. This is a big dude compared to a 9-year-old that weighs 100 pounds. It's only 4'5". So I knock him on his ass, and I grab everything to my left and to my right, and I start chunking it at him, and start chunking and chunking and chunking. And I'm hitting him so hard that if, like, when I missed a few, it would dent the door. And I mean, I'm just throwing him as hard as I can, just stay the fuck away from my mom. You show up here again, I'll kill you. And mind you, I'm like 9 years old, okay? And he gets out of my house, he leaves. I call my grandpa. This is the crazy part. I call my grandpa, he comes over, he's got the 22 loaded. Yeah, you remember how you said the 22 was weak? Just wait. He pops a shot off in the air because he's coming back and get his stuff. He goes, you step back in this house and you're not getting your shit, I'm gonna shoot you. He's like, don't worry, I'm getting my shit and I'm fucking leaving. Fuck y'all. And my grandpa, being the way he is, he shoots the car. Like, in the door, just... He's like, I got 4 more left. You want to come at me, or you want to get your ass in that car and fucking leave town. Never come back. He's like, I'm fucking leaving. So he gets in his car and my grandpa follows him all the way out of fucking county line. My grandpa turns back around and he's like, alright, he's gone. And he's like, what the hell happened? My mom tells him and she's like, Devin just saved my fucking ass. And till that day, I still don't remember what the fuck happened. My mom told me about it. The door showed proof that something had happened. And that a big ass dude had fallen and was getting shit thrown at him. And, yeah, that was kind of my childhood. You know, protecting my mom still is. Protecting her from the dudes that I know are bad, you know, by the way they look, by the way they act, by the way they smell. Bad people have a real bad stench to them. I know it's weird, but it's true.
I know that. I know that.
And for you kids that are, you know, dealing with stuff that, like, your dad's not
Family
there.
issues.
Yeah, just remember, man, if y'all need someone to talk to, always, like, for real, just comment down below and let me know. Because I'll help you. Like, I'll talk to you and I'll tell you what the best solution is and how to deal with it. Because, trust me, we've all been there. If you can take anything from this, we've all been there. You know, and have you guys seen the motorcycle clubs that help kids and, you know, like if they're being bullied and stuff?
Yes.
That's what I want to get into. You know, I want to go for diesel mechanics.
Like Big Brother, but for bikers and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You know, because I was there, man. I was one of those kids. My brother was one of those kids. You know, I didn't have a father growing up. I didn't need a father. All I really needed was a friend to talk to and to help me through it. You know, an older friend that, you know, not perverty, not you know, pedophile.
Not Herbert the pervert.
You know, like someone that was kind and nice, and that's where my grandpa kind of came in. And you know, he's like, you know, you gotta do this. You gotta become a man. You gotta grow up. You know, you gotta get your head out of the clouds. And you gotta fucking grow up. And he instilled that in me at a very young age. Adam, your mic.
God damn it. Okay.
No, we can't hear you.
You know, I mean, it was
Turn it
a.
off.
Okay, it was a, you know, it was a crazy moment because I love Adam.
God damn it, you stupid mic.
Just turn it off and speak when, you know, when you're ready. I'm a very big Sons of Anarchy fan, you know. To me, that's one of the best shows ever. Charlie Hunnam did a very good actor. He's a very good actor. He played in Pacific Rim. He's played in The Lost City of Z. He's played. He's even playing a prisoner in a movie. He's a very good actor. He's a very talented actor. Even the guy from Remember the Titans, Ryan Hurst, is in there. And he's buff. You know, he's a cool dude.
I don't think I ever watched that show.
If you have Netflix or Hulu, look up Sons of Anarchy. You'll love it. There's a spin-off coming up this fall, hopefully, that will start a new chapter for Sons of Anarchy. But it won't be titled Sons of Anarchy. It'll be called Mayan MC. Which is a rival gang to the Sons of Anarchy, Redwood Original, and every other Sons of Anarchy chapter or charter. But that's what kind of got me to thinking, you know, I want to be in a biker gang that helps kids, you know. And with what happened with my dad recently, I, like, seriously was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm doing it. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, you gotta go through these people, you gotta go through these. No, man, I ain't going through shit. I'm doing it my way because I know how, I have a vision on how I want this. You know, I don't want someone to come and help me with it. If I need to, I will ask for help. But I want this to be a positive movement. I don't want this to be a negative movement. You know, I also see a lot of people who think bikers are always the bad guys. No, they're always not. You know, there's these Big Brother bikers, there's the U.S. veteran bikers, there's all types of MCs for different things. You know, when you think of MC, you think of Hell's Angels, what's another one, the Banditos, I don't fucking know, a lot of other MCs. There's MCs all over the place. Yeah, some of them do bad stuff, but you know what? To each and every one of its own, dude. That's the lifestyle you want to choose? Cool. Fuck it.
I was gonna say something real quick.
What?
You said that you don't remember this, where you threw the stuff at the dude that was being bad at your mom?
Yep.
Okay, I'm not going to be racist, nothing like that. I want to say this right now. My mom was dating this Mexican. Big motherfucker. He scared the living shit out of all of us. One night he sticks a gun at my mom. She told me this. I stand in front of it. It's an actual gun. And I think I was not even 5 yet, I think. I stand in front of my mom, in front of the gun, staring at him. She said he knocked me down. Being how I am now, if I was a blackout and something like that happened again, I'm pretty sure that gun would have gone off. Not at me, not at my mom, not at anyone. It would have gone off somewhere towards the floor.
See, that's the way I am. When I drink whiskey, I do tend to black out and I start fights, and I do love fighting. I love fighting even when I'm sober. You know, I love watching them. I love being in them sometimes. I even love coaching fights. You know, legal fights, not illegal fights. You know, I love MMA. I love the UFC. I love what it stands for. You know, Ultimate freaking Fighting Champion. Are you serious? When that shit came out, I was like, it's stupid. They're just a bunch of caged animals fighting. But now, it's so much more than that. It's an adrenaline rush for me when I watch it. And some people, when they do train, it is an adrenaline rush, and they do get caught up in the moment. You know, what's crazy is I'm a visual learner, okay? I can visualize it, watching it, and I will copy what I'm seeing, and I won't know it. I love watching UFC. I will sit there and watch that shit all day on a rerun. And I will copy their moves. I will copy everyone's moves, find out their mistakes, what happened, how it happened, what they needed to do, what they didn't do, how come they didn't do it. And I'll sit there and I'll counter the moves with them. It's crazy. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, well, you need to do this and this and this, and if you want to get in shape, join UFC, or if you want to fight, join UFC, or you want to do this, you need to join this and this and this bullshit. And I'm tired of it, dude. To me, okay, if I want to learn how to strip a gun, I'll sit and watch a YouTube video on how. I know a lot about guns, but if it's a foreign object to me and I want to know how to disassemble it and put it back together, I will watch a fucking YouTube video. If I want to learn how to build my own engine, I'll fucking sit there and learn how to build my own engine. You know, to make my own wallet, I'll do that. Make my own knife, I'll do that. You know, I will sit there and learn how to do it. That's why I failed a lot of my schooling, because I'm a visual learner. I have to have a fucking screen in front of my face so I can learn. And teachers didn't get it. My mom didn't get it. And I want to say a month ago, she found out that I actually do learn from watching shit. You know, I learned how to counter a gun attack. I learned how to counter a knife attack. I learned how to counter a fucking flying fist of fury. You know, I found out how to counter a lot of things and how to disarm somebody the quickest, simplest, and safest way possible. It's fucking crazy. You know, like I was saying though, before I got off topic again, a lot of shit's happened in my life, and I'm pretty sure for you guys that are watching at home, later on after this is a video, or if you're watching right now, my life isn't the worst. Okay, there's someone out there worse than me. There's someone out there bigger and badder than I am that can whoop my ass. There's always going to be that one person that's going to be better than me at something. And I will try and learn that aspect of what they're better at than me and try and beat them at their own sport. Beat them at their own game. Beat them at their own way of life. That's how persistent I am. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to be pissed and I'm going to be fucking livid is the word actually. Let me invite my buddy to this real quick. Invite players. Hold on, guys. Oh, well, he wasn't on. I got 3 comments. Let me see. Not bad though, I like it. This has been on for 2.5 hours. Hey. Yeah, I know it's
You
been
said
on.
you wanted to get this over with and done, just real quick, and then we've been talking for 2 hours.
I mean, not over with, but I kind of want to, like... We've been at this for a while now. We got off topic from a gun for 30 minutes
I
to
know.
women for like an hour, and then freaking all kinds of shit for like almost an hour now.
Okay, well, if you guys want to leave,
I just gave you guys
that
an answer about the women and girlfriend things. To be honest, I don't know. Every girlfriend I've had, every relationship I've had, they've all been completely different.
yeah,
I've treated all girls all differently, you know.
yeah. Well, every girl's supposed to be treated differently. It's not like they're a fucking robot. You can't treat them, you know, the same way. Okay, so now it's time to ask you guys, what fucking topic do y'all want to talk about then?
Don't ask me why, but I was just thinking about how me and my friends were talking in a party one time. And we went from a bunch of different things, and all I remember is we started
No bullshit, I was actually gonna work at a peanut plant. That's as useful as it gets. No, like, seriously though, what kind of topic do y'all want to talk about? Do y'all want to continue to talk about guns? What? I mean, I can literally sit here and continuously talk about guns if we want to, but it's up to you guys to let me know what y'all want to talk about.
Let's go on a topic that me and you have both touched on several times, King.
Okay.
A topic that people are blaming games for stuff like outburst violence. Oh, this kid shut up at school because he was playing too much Fortnite.
Yeah,
Except for those bills.
wasn't it in Texas, that 17-year-old, he shot up the school, and then people were like, oh yeah, his parent, or no, not everyone, but his parents said that he had been playing too much Fortnite. I mean, it's Fortnite.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I've played enough video games to know that games don't make you violent. It's people.
No.
That's
Okay.
You make you violent. No,
Yeah,
nothing's gonna-
people make you violent.
Your games just rage you.
Yeah, that's all. It's called Nerd Rage for a reason, and the reason it's called Nerd Rage is because it's a fucking video game. It's not real life. Yeah, you do get pissed off at the people that are playing it, and you're like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, but, you know, they're talking about
Yeah,
in-game.
you're not gonna actually kill them.
They're talking
You're not
about...
gonna be in school one day just sitting there in your desk and just yell, "You fucking faggot!" and break something.
Yeah, I mean, that shit happens all the time, guys. It doesn't matter who the person is when they're playing a game. It's how they react around people. Sometimes, I'll admit it, I'm fucking antisocial. I hate being around people sometimes. Does it matter that I'm around people half the time? No, it doesn't.
No.
You know, I fit in with a very specific crowd, and that crowd is actually a lot of my friends, especially here on PlayStation 4. I have a lot of friends that are antisocial as well. They'll sit here and fucking chatter up a storm on PlayStation, and you'll be like, dude, shut the fuck up, let's play the game. You know, you're trying to have fun, and they're chatting your ear away, and I mean, it's cool, you know, I don't mind it. But, you know, that's like a preacher. I was with my grandmother once, because I was sick, and one of her preachers that she watched said that GTA 5 was the devil's game. Now, understand this. Yes, a lot of people do act like GTA 5's life, and a lot of people act like Rainbow Six Siege's life. Here's the thing. It's a virtual reality. It's an escape from reality, okay? A lot of people use pot to escape reality. A lot of people use music to escape reality. I use video games, music, and TV.
That's better than drugs, but
yeah,
you still
that's how I
do stuff like
escape
pot.
reality. No, I'm not saying pot's a bad thing. Pot, to me,
I'm not saying that either.
completely fucking fine, dude. I'll sit there and fucking watch you smoke it all day long. Don't hurt me none.
I've never met someone who smokes weed that I don't like.
Yeah, I mean,
So, yeah.
fucking stoners are cool as shit, and a lot of people don't understand that. They're like, "Oh man, stoners are tree huggers, man."
You never see anybody who's like a stoner who shoots up a school or something.
No,
Yeah.
unless that
It's like in a
shit's...
mental hospital. They give out free cigarettes just so they don't freaking go rioting or something.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people don't understand that either. They're like, "Oh, well, school's getting worse. We need to, you know, have all these kids, you know, like, take all these tests." That's the fucking reason why the schools are getting bad, dude.
You're making them test
know...
all the time, and it's just too much. And there's people offing themselves, so there's too much stress, or there's people just anything.
There's people fucking killing other kids because of the testing. There were fucking college kids taking Adderall, which is an ADHD medication, so they could fucking study.
Wasn't it also on like a Family Guy episode?
Yeah, where Peter takes Adderall.
I thought it was Brian who took up Adderall and he just sat there all night just making one ass like gigantic sci-fi fantasy thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not... Okay, if you want to talk about people like being violent, let's talk to the dumbass people that make them violent. Guns don't kill people, people kill people.
The gun's just a tool.
The same fucking metaphor, or that meme that I told y'all earlier. So if guns kill people, then fucking pencils misspell words, cars drive drunk, and fucking spoons and forks make people fat. It's the same fucking thing. Okay, the whole thing, guys, about gun control issues and, you know, who's right or wrong, the left side or the right side, it's gonna go in circles no matter what. No matter what you do, no matter who you talk to, who, you know, what kind of fucking degree they have, it's not gonna matter. The left side and the right side are always gonna argue about gun control because the left side's a bunch of pussies and the right side just doesn't want to fucking hear it. I don't want to hear it. The left side doesn't want to hear it. I'm stuck in between the middle and I'm leaning towards the right. Okay?
I'll be right back.
Alright. You know, I mean, like, people who call people racist, that pisses me off. That makes me want to pistol whip someone upside the fucking head. Do I do it? No. Is that a promise? Maybe. You know, that's just like if I get mad at my drawers. I'm not going to take them out, smash them, and not have anything to store my clothes in. I trip over a pebble. I'm not going to get mad at the pebble. It's my clumsy ass fault for not watching where I step. You know?
I stubbed my toe on the door. I'm not going to chop down the door just because I stubbed my toe on it.
Yeah, I mean... Joe Rogan. I love Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's a pro-gun. Okay? He's Second Amendment all the way. He had a podcast just like we're kind of doing right now with Collab Noir, or Colin Noir.
Probably a lot more professional though.
Very, very more professional. You know, he has a whole setup. you know, video cameras pointing at each other, asking questions that he finds on, you know, the internet, and, you know, being very political, which I think is awesome, because if you're going to get political about something and ask something that is so political right now, especially in the U.S., you want to be on point with your questions. You don't want to be like, oh, well, you know, like we're doing right now. What the fuck? You know, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
You know, like, Joe Rogan had some good questions. Noir had some very good answers, and Noir had some very good questions as well, and Rogan had a lot of very good answers. You know, but at the same time, we're not getting anything accomplished by, you know, sitting around talking about how the left side's dumb and how the right side's always right, because we're not always. We've had some bad presidents in the past, okay? George Bush was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's just like personal opinion. You know, everyone gets booty hurt about a personal opinion. That's why it's called a personal fucking opinion. It's not called everyone's opinion. It's called a personal opinion.
It's not
Suck it
called
up.
I want you to have the same opinion.
Yeah. Like, I don't understand what it is with people like that. Like, oh, well, your opinion doesn't matter. Mine matters the most. No, it fucking doesn't. All of ours matter. We can't become a great state again unless we all fucking agree on something. And if we don't agree, we're all gonna fucking end up in poverty.
That makes sense.
You know, I'm very political at times, and I'm not so political. Like, there are days where I'm like, fuck it, I don't even want to talk about politics. And like today, right now, we're talking about politics. You know, we're talking about a bunch of shit that needs to be addressed, and honestly, I think you guys are one of the most, if not one of the best, I want to say guests, but not really guests, that I've, like, talked to on this subject, because I've talked on Live.me, I've talked on Facebook, Instagram, pretty much every social media platform that allows you to do so, and YouTube's not one of them, but I'm gonna do it on YouTube, so fuck them, you know. And that's another thing too. There was a shooting in the YouTube headquarters.
Yep.
Really?
And yeah, because of a fucking chick who got fired, and she went nuts and like shot up a bunch of the people that worked there.
There's too many shootings. There were like 3 shootings in a very short time span.
You know,
Well, we give out gun licenses, but they don't like keep up with the people that have them. The only thing they do is if something bad happens near them or to them.
no, that's not even close, dude. Okay, gun violence. Hold on, let me switch mics or controllers. Controllers. I'll be right back. Guys, give me 1 second, okay?
Alright.
Yep.
Let me turn off this controller.
I've been standing the whole time we've been talking.
Well,
You know what? Here, I'll stand with you. I'll stand with you, Diet.
I've been standing this whole time.
sit down, my legs hurt.
I'm
Why are
laying
you
in
standing,
bed.
Diet?
I'll get back up.
But I mean, like, the whole thing on, like, gun violence in general is people aren't in the right mindset. You know, everyone's like, oh, well, you can buy an AR-15 for $130. Bullshit. An AR-15 costs anywhere from $500 to $1,200, even $2,000. And you're telling me that AR-15s are $120 where you fucking live. I want to know where you live so I can go buy one, okay?
I know where. Cuba.
Cuba doesn't allow guns, dude.
Then what does the army use?
They're
fucking crazy though. You can't even like walk on the street without getting robbed.
yeah.
Don't drink the water.
Don't touch the road.
You know, like, everyone's like, you know, also with Trump too, they're like, oh, well, he's a new Hitler. Hitler fucking killed people. He created concentration camps and killed all the Jews and every other fucking race if they didn't have white skin, blue eyes, blonde hair or brown hair and green eyes. Literally.
That does not seem quite fair.
No. Castro took the guns. Hitler took the guns. Saddam Hussein took the guns. You cannot talk about politics without bringing those people up, especially about guns. Those people were the bad people, okay? We're trying to prevent any more bad people in this country, okay? Trump is making America great again. No bullshit. And hear me out, okay? I don't give a fuck if you're for Trump or against him. He has created more job opportunities than the last 5 presidents combined.
I forget who was after Bill Clinton. Who was that one again?
Ronald Reagan.
And then
George W. Bush. And then George W. Bush again. And then Obama. And then Obama again.
And Obama again.
And now it's Trump.
And people kept freaking... Remember... Okay, I'm bringing this up right now. We should get back on topic, but... Does anyone remember that one kid that got shot and everyone kept saying that he rose his hands in the air so that way the cop would not shoot him, but the cop shot him anyways, unarmed?
Oh yeah, the kid that
The only
had...
thing I remember about a cop is the
He was like a 15-year-old kid.
Yeah, he had
cop pulled him over.
Yeah, he had his hood on.
Yeah.
And he had a bag of Skittles and Mountain Dew or Sprite.
Something like that, yeah.
And
he was gunned down in his own neighborhood, and people saw, and they all said that he put his hands up and was going to let the officer arrest him or check him or something. The officer shot him, cold red blood.
I'm gonna say this right now, okay? I was gonna be a game warden, right? So I studied a bunch of these, incidents that happened. Now, some of them, yes, they were racist. Like not even 25%, like 20% of them are racist. The other 80% is because people don't obey the law. And it's fucking true. If you don't obey the law, if you act sketchy around a cop, he's gonna pull his gun out. Or she. It's as simple as that. If you run, they're gonna tase you or release the canine. You kill the canine, they kill you. You shoot at them, they're gonna shoot at you. There was an incident where a man was being pulled over by 2 cops, and this dude shot one of the cops in the near the pelvis, and the cop unloaded the full mag behind him and killed him, and the cop survived. That was leaked on the World Wide Web, and a bunch of people were like, "Oh, well, that's fake. The cop did that because he was Mexican." The cop that fucking killed him was a fucking Mexican. Are you serious?
That's like Straight Outta Compton, the movie. You know how that one black cop had to be all like chill with the white ones, have to do the same discipline? They have to fit in.
I haven't even watched
like,
Straight Outta Compton, dude. Like, at all.
Well, here, I'll incite you a little. This black cop, not to be racist, has to be all buddy-buddy with the white ones, so he has to treat black people like as if they're trash. He may be black, but he can't like be all brother and all this stuff. He has to treat them as if like they're criminals no matter what.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna say this right now, not to be racist, okay? But if you call me a cracker or trailer park trash, I'm gonna call you the N-word. I'm seriously am. Because I don't feel like it's necessary for you to call your friends the N-word and call me a cracker, but I can't call you that.
I wouldn't just call black people the N-word. I'll call a white person the N-word. It just means that they're ignorant.
Yeah. It's a dumbed word. That's all it is. And people get so offended by it now. Especially if you're white and you call them that, you're immediately a fucking racist. Do you see me in a KKK suit? Do you see me in a fucking rally burning a cross hanging black people from a tree? No.
The only reason they call black people the N-word is because usually they're ignorant. Or,
And now, and like my own brother and sister, you see people going around saying like nigger as in like it's a cool thing, like nigga or something like that. It gets kind of annoying whenever you're sitting there and someone says it like 50 times within an hour.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dumbed down word. It's like shit, piss, ass, crap, butthole.
Thing is, though, people aren't going to be able to say it 50 times.
But the finite happiness thing. We could say it 50 times within like a minute, probably.
Yeah,
Hold
crap,
on a
crap,
minute,
crap,
maybe.
crap, 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 crap,
You gotta
crap,
go
crap,
as
crap, crap,
fast as you can.
crap. There you go. That's 50.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand about cuss words and stuff like that. I mean, they're words, okay?
Yeah, they have no meaning. It's just a slang word.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
if you're
a
going to
different
church
version
or to a school
of a
and you yell
bunch of
fuck, you're gonna
other
get
words.
Yeah, I mean, the N word, all it is, like, I don't even know where it got started from, but, you know, everyone's like, what's up, my, you know, I mean, come on now. Why can't I fucking say it, but you can? That's dumb.
Yeah,
just like-
that's another thing.
That's just
Black
like,
people can say it to each other, but
But-
white people can't say it to black people.
yeah,
I don't
like,
know about that. When I was in school, I would always be like, "What up, nigga?" I know
That's
it's weird,
because
but
you found
I would
someone
always
nice.
do that.
yeah,
because
you
you're-
found
that's
someone
because you're
cool to
talking
hang
drug
out
dealer.
with.
Oh, not drug dealer, pothead, man. What the hell they
Pot.
called?
Pot dealer.
You just gotta be in the right terms when you say it.
You know, like, I even if you're in the right terms, I don't even feel like it's necessary to say. You know, like, for instance, okay, did you guys
Yeah,
know?
It's really not smart at all to say it. Like when you're talking like that, it's not smart at all. You know.
No, I understand the ER, but with an A at the end, it doesn't mean shit. Now, if you say it with the ER at the end of it and you got a real thick southern accent, like I'm about to have here in a minute, I understand where you're coming from. Fucking history, I know. But we're past that. We're over 200 years past that. And you can't let that go. Like, I had a chick, okay, she was black, alright? She was like, I don't get it why you white people can always be so arrogant against us. I'm like, really, bitch? Are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna have this argument with me right now. I said, I don't owe you a motherfucking thing. I don't even owe you respect. I'll spit on the fucking ground you walk on. Okay, I'll piss all over you, fuck you, and then come inside you. I mean, I don't owe you anything. I don't owe you respect. And she got really, really offended after that, and she's like, you owe me everything, white boy. My grandparents fucking died because of you. I didn't own them. My family might
Can we
have,
not
but
just
I
put
didn't.
the past in the past? And leave it
Exactly.
there? I mean,
That's what I was trying to get to with her, and she was like, all white people deserve to be killed by us black people. What in the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, 'cause
Like,
there are
that's
people
a-
out there, they...
That's a call against war. You know, if the KKK hears someone say that,
I mean,
you're
back
fucked.
then in Africa, black people would enslave their own black people. So
Yeah, slavery was a thing before us white people got into it. We were late to the party.
And like, if you think about it, there were people like one of my teachers. He said that one of his grandpappies owned slaves, but he was one of the nice people. Like he let them sleep inside, have power, water, good food to eat, made sure they were healthy and stuff.
Yeah, he didn't
his
treat him like
grandpappy
shit.
died with his slaves helping him. Yes.
Yeah, he didn't treat him like
Like-
shit. There's a difference between
Yeah.
a good slave owner and a bad slave owner. I'm not saying anything's good, but there's a fucking huge ass difference. You know, give them a good house to sleep in. You know, water, food. Hey, how you doing, ma'am? How you doing, sir? Y'all need anything?
Right.
You know.
I mean,
kid-
education. Some people even give them educations, which is probably the best thing for them.
Yeah. No.
Help them
actually,
grow.
back then they did not give slaves education. That was the one
No,
thing.
there
That's why
was-
they called them the N-word because. it
Yes,
meant
but there
they
were some people
ignorant
that
and
did.
They didn't have education.
That was
yeah.
the Yankees up north, man. They'd free them, and then you know that's why the slave train.
Yeah.
You know, that's why that was invented,
like-
so they can get up north and so they could have an education and be treated right. And I'm all for that. I don't give a shit, you know, how old you are, but I feel like if you were a slave back then and you're still alive somehow, I'm glad that you lived through that because you got to experience what life is like now. And how much has changed.
Well-
I doubt there's a slave that been owned that's still alive. You know, but
Unless they're in
like,
cave somewhere, it's fine.
you know, like I understand, like, you know, you're pissed that my ancestors enslaved your ancestors, but you gotta think about it. Your ancestors, you know, next door neighbor, you know, fucking enslaved y'all and
Their
selling to us.
ancestors could have enslaved your ancestors because black people could have enslaved white people before we enslaved black people.
Yeah,
Yeah, and technically Indians were enslaved first. Why don't they get a say in this? They do. They have their own land. They're getting their land back.
That's
Yeah.
another thing. It's only black people who take a huge offense.
Well,
You
no,
never
see-
no. Even the Native
it is.
Americans here, dude. You talk shit to a Native American in Oklahoma, you're fucked. They'll fucking call their friends on the phone, and be like, "Hey, come down here so we can beat this white dude's ass." And they'll call you
I'm
everything
crazy.
Yeah,
but
that's
white, you know.
Yeah.
And that's another thing about, you know, being like a mix, you know. I'm white as fuck, but I have different parts of me, you know. Like I have an Indian side, I have an Irish side, I have, you know, the Mexican side, I have the white side. I have all these different, you know, parts of me that, you know, is like, okay, I understand where you're coming from, but look, okay, my ancestors went through the same shit, don't fuck with me about it, you know. And anyways, back to the story, you know, I called her the fucking N-word to her face, and I put the ER at the end of it. I said, you either shut the fuck up and get the fuck out of my house, or you can calm down and we'll talk about this, you know, like fucking grown adults. You know, you're 23 fucking years old talking shit to a 17-year-old, really? Like, come on now. And,
I forget. Go ahead and
what?
finish. I'm trying to think. I was gonna say,
my-
in Texas, you can be you're at like I think the age of 16, you're able to get out of your parents' house, and at the age of 17, you're able to like be completely alone. You don't have to worry about mom, dad, nothing like that.
Well, at the age of 17, you can. At the age of 17, you can actually, at the age of 16, you can technically move out illegally. But legally, you can be at the age of 17 and move out.
Okay, that makes sense.
But I mean, you know, it wasn't like I wasn't trying to hurt her feelings or anything. But I mean, come on now, you're gonna talk shit to a 17-year-old and you're like 23, and sit
That's kinda
there and, you know, you're gonna argue and you're gonna be that immature. Come on, dude. You know, I'm here to like understand why you're pissed off, but you're not gonna tell me the reason why you're pissed off. So I'm gonna get pissed off and tell you what I fucking feel. And I told her, I was like, look, that's over 200 years ago. You need to fucking drop it. You know, and another thing, hold on. Another thing that pissed me off is when that Black Lives Matter movement came up. You know, I understand, you know, you want justice to be served, but that ain't how it's supposed to be served. You're not supposed to riot in the fucking streets and be like, oh yeah, I'm a big bad bitch. I'll fuck everybody up, you know, I'll shoot you with my gat, blah 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 blah. And I'm saying this because a lot of white people nowadays say it too. They do say gap, by the way. You know, everyone, you know, when that shit started, the leader and co-founder of that fucking movement was like, every rich white person, you know, every white person needs to give up their house, needs to give us a minimum of $30,000 and blah blah blah. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Hold up, wait a minute now. Huh, you think I'm gonna give you $30,000? Where the fuck do I have $30,000 at? I'll go put a down payment on a fucking car. Fuck
I
around.
understand if like you owned their family. I understand you owe them something.
Yeah.
But if they're just wanting some, like, even if your family never owned a slave at all, but you're, like, you made it rich with the lottery or something, and you've been spending your money rightly investing, you have to give up your own money for people that you never even, like, heard of half of what they did.
Yeah. Like, for all I fucking know, man, you could be one of those ghetto stereotypes trying to cook methamphetamine and grow marijuana out of my house. Like, fuck that. I'm not going to jail because you wanted to be all dumb. And you were like, oh, well, give up your house before I kill you. Oh, fuck you. I'll shoot my ass dead. You know? A lot of people, like, nowadays, dude, like, I hate, you know, talking about slavery. I hate it because, you know, my ancestors went through that shit, you know? My fucking grandpa my great-grandpa fought Hitler. You know? He was a fucking bomber, for crying out loud. Helping fucking, you know, people up in Europe, you know, try and conquer back Europe from Hitler. You know, you want to
Same.
talk
My
about,
great grandpa was in World War II, the Korean War, and Vietnam.
yeah. Like, my whole family's been in
Died
the,
like a few years ago.
yeah, my whole family's been in the fucking military. But you don't see me bitching and crying, you know, to the government, oh, please give me this, you know, my great-grandpappy fought in the war for y'all, you know, blah, blah, blah. No. I'm glad that my grandparents fucking fought. I'm glad that my great-uncles fought in the war. You know why? Because that gives me something happy to be, you know, to be happy about, you know. Fucking dedicated war hero, you know, flying over Japan and shit, fucking bombing fucking Japanese people because they bombed Pearl Harbor. Like, that's, you know, that's something to be proud about. Not bitching and complaining because of shit that happened over 200 years ago. I mean, come on now. You're gonna bitch about something, bitch about how I'm not being able to get paid, not being able to find a job. That's what you should be bitching about. Be bitching about not having fucking cable or internet for 5 years, yeah. Fucking bitch about that. Don't bitch about because you wanna fucking make a movement trying to make it look like white people are all bad and shit. That's not how it fucking works, dude. Sorry. You know, and go ahead.
I have a question now. I was wondering what time did we start this? Because right now it's 3 in the morning.
We started at like 2.
Yeah.
It's almost 4 for me.
Two my time, and it is it
about 4 right now.
It is 5. It is 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's almost been 4 hours. This is a long thing. I'm happy we're doing this, but like, there's times when we need to sleep too.
Yeah, no.
I understand people.
I'm
I'm fine right now. I'm pretty like.
If you guys want to end it, just let me know. Like, I'll cut it off.
I mean, I understand, like, if we pick up back up tomorrow night, like, start early and we can go all the way to 3, so, like, let's stay on one topic this time, like, we figure out what we want to talk about before we start it, like, a full-on thing of what we want to start talking about.
Yeah.
Like, maybe video games and how they affect anything. People, animals sometimes even, because you have people that
Or we
don't...
could just do another one of these where we're just talking about random stuff.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's whatever. I mean, if y'all guys want me to call it right now, I can.
I don't really care if we keep going or not.
I kind of go with, I want to see what everybody goes with. I don't care either way either, just in a little bit I'll probably go to sleep with my mic still and listening.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever, guys. If y'all want me to cut it, I can. But I mean, like, one thing that we can talk about for sure is how video games affect people's thoughts, you know? Like, for instance, Rainbow Six Siege. Okay, I'll go ahead and start it. When you play Rainbow Six Siege long enough, it starts affecting on, like, how you see cameras, you know? Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm just throwing it out there.
I understand that.
Dude, whenever
Like,
I played Fortnite for too long, I would try to build in like Call of Duty or some shit.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. I just
I
want to
would
imagine now.
always try and like build a wall or something when I played Fortnite for too long.
Why can't I build a wall? Oh wait, this is Rainbow.
Fucking Bill, damn
I'm
it!
getting shot at. He's double
How much
popping me.
wood do I have? Where is my wood?
Well, I mean,
I
it
remember
better
you
be
did that
in.
too, Fusion. I remember you said that you did that like once or twice.
I've done it once.
Yeah, we were playing. But...
You know, I mean, like.
I do know that I joked in H1Z1 like that. It was a prank, bro.
I had to delete H1Z1, by the way.
I didn't like it. It was just bad. Like, they put it out there so quickly. They put it out there just to get money. And when they did that, it was terrible.
To be completely honest, that was one of the first battle royales. Minecraft was first. That came in second. Then a bunch of others came in and PUBG started trying to sue them all, and
I
PUBG
just don't
really
get why they
popularized.
barely put it on PS4. It seems like it would be a game that was on PS4 like years ago.
yeah, like when
Yeah.
it first came out.
I want to say this though. PS4, it'd be hard to do, but I kind of want to see if they can put Gmod on here.
That
The
would.
That'd be
That
nice,
would.
but it'd take a lot of time.
and a lot of space.
I don't think that would be
It
possible
wouldn't be-
because you need like a mouse and keyboard to type and click on all the stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
type
that is
fast,
true.
yes, but we can still type right here, and you can easily hook up a mouse keyboard to your PlayStation. They already know this. That's why. So they like YouTubers even say stuff like, some people will connect controllers to PCs. Well, there's also people on console that'll connect to their mouse keyboard. Them
Yeah.
are the ones that are assholes because they sit there and they like find like they lean without aiming. They build and are not having a skull between stuff. They just sit there and be complete assholes pretty much.
Adam, your
It's not
mic.
fair to- Oh, damn it.
We've had something very interesting happen these past 4 hours.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my.
mic breaking up. Is that better?
Nope.
Alright.
God damn it.
There it goes. Oh my
Much better
god.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there
Sometimes
Okay.
you just gotta wait a little bit. We actually haven't been playing it for like 2 hours. We just got back.
Yeah,
on.
I know.
Yeah, we've just been sitting here. We've been listening to it talking and you just like hop on.
Yeah, I mean that like
I've been watching Family Guy.
Kind of
Well,
the same. My family.
That's why you hear me like chuckle like really softly.
well
I
I have
mean,
to
that's what
keep
you
it on a
guys-
game, like I have to keep it on something like a game because if I do anything else it'll quit the broadcast, so
Yeah. That's why I hate just PS4 broadcasts.
yeah.
I
I mean
like it, it's just you can't switch games immediately. You have to like sit there, live stream whatever you want, and then after that it immediately kicks you out when you switch
Yeah.
games.
yeah.
You start another one, how long whatever the game is.
But like I don't know, like to me one thing that stands out about gaming is a lot of people say that games like lower your mobility skills and your reaction times when it actually increases them.
Yeah,
For
they very
instance,
much increase it.
if you play Rainbow Six Siege, your reaction time has to be spot on, otherwise you die a lot.
Yes.
In case, hence me. Sitting around all day doing nothing, like watching YouTube videos, like I normally do sometimes, decreases your motor skills and your reflex time, you know. Playing games actually increases it. You know, it gives you a real-time counterpart, or a virtual time counterpart, to build up your motor skills, etc. Because you're concentrating, your brain is focused instead of turning into mush.
Yeah. It's like
Another thing is like Rainbow Six Siege, for example, guns. It does get you better with that. I remember when I first got my crossbow, I was decent with it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when I started on the topic of guns, when I started getting into guns, I started playing a lot more Call of Duty, Battlefield, you know, stuff like that, and I learned a lot about guns. I started getting into action movies a lot more instead of the comedy shit, like American Pie.
Adam Sanders and all that, yeah.
Yeah. I started getting into, like, you know, I've always loved Rambo, you know. I
Oh,
figured
yes.
out what kind of gun he was using, what type of ammunition, the caliber, where this gun's made, produced, how much it's cost, how much it's worth, you know, etc. And after, you know, getting into video games, finally getting a PS3 and started playing on the PlayStation 3, I started enhancing and zoning in my skills on how to use this gun in real life. You know, for example, the Scar Heavy, the Scar H and the Scar L. Personally, one of my most favorite guns because not only of the virtual reality counterpart, but the counterpart and duty of it in real life. You know, Navy SEALs, Army Ranger, some Marine, Air Force sometimes, Army half the time, and some police forces actually use the scar. I've also found out a lot of do's and don'ts with scar and the bad things with the scar. So, you know, getting a lot of trigger time on the controller has actually honed my trigger finger to pull some nasty 223s out of the barrel and put them downrange on target. And it's made me a better shooter than I was 10 years ago. And a lot of people don't understand that, but you know, like I said, it does hone your skills, and it is a valuable asset to real life if you decide to go into the military or whatever. And it's crazy, but it works, you know. I gotta find some nail clippers, toenail clippers. I got an ingrown toenail like a motherfucker.
I'm not in the stream now in case something happened and you have to go to the hospital. Because those things can get pretty fucking bad.
No, I know how to cut
What?
mine out.
What gets bad?
Ingrown toenails.
Ingrown toenails.
What is that?
You've
I know
never
it's
had
Where
it.
your toenail goes
Hangnails.
inside your toe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mine
it's-
do that. The one right next to the big toe, it does that.
Yeah, I've never had a
The
problem
the index toe?
except for my big toe. There goes Adam's mic.
Adam? Okay, yeah.
Oh god damn it.
You know, but I've gotten really good with getting my toenail hangnails out.
Oh well, it's good now or no?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
So let's see. We went
Is it
from
weird? But when I was
talking-
really little, I would always bite my toenails.
Yep, yep, me too. I would always suck on my big toe.
I wouldn't do that, but
You know,
It,
Suck
hey,
my
it
thumb.
tasted
Suck my
good.
toe. Oh my god.
never
A
heard
therapist
anyone.
walks in the room and asks, "What you doing?" He says, "I'm sucking my toe." I have for little kids and all that's fun. These are
We
big
went from
kids
talking
now.
about guns to girls to just a bunch of other stuff, and now we're talking about toenails and what? What?
I
Yeah,
wasn't-
feet. Yes,
I wasn't talking about toenails. I just said I had an ingrown toenail.
also I just found a nipple hair that's about 6 inches long.
And now we're talking about that. Seriously.
Well, okay then. Yeah, I got it
I'm
out.
not even joking. It's about 6 inches long.
I can imagine him being an old dude like from Boston. Yeah, you know, yeah, with a woman beater on, a gold chain,
Can't stop.
kind of half-assed bald. He's like, yeah, man, you know, yeah.
It's just
No
too
offense,
funny.
but I mean, that's what I see.
He's too funny. He's too funny.
But yeah, back to the topic of, you know, how video games, you know, enhance your shit. For instance, playing Rainbow Six Siege and Battlefield makes your dick bigger, so, yeah,
Science has proven.
no bullshit. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh my god. I mean, I understand that you're not touching it as much.
No, I mean,
It's
I
in the-
gotta, you know, kind of lift it a little bit to see how much it's grown. But, I mean, you know, it's doing pretty fair.
Oh, I like having conversations when everyone's tired. It just makes it funnier.
I'm not tired for shit. I'm just like,
Nor am I, but it's just so funny.
I'm kind of running out of ideas to talk about shit.
No. So back on the topic of peanuts. Anyway.
Oh my god. You know,
You
but,
don't have any
anyways.
crazy peanut stories?
you know, actually I do. When I was, 5 years old, I choked
my
on a
God.
peanut.
Wow. How do you even do that?
I was going to crack a shell with my teeth and I swallowed the fucking thing. That's how it happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was,
Like when I was sitting there choking on a piece of plastic.
dude, that was fucking hilarious.
Oh my god, all I hear in the background is 2 people laughing their asses off.
So if
I'm
you
trying
guys
to
missed, if you missed that video, I believe it was a video. I think I made a video on that one. So my buddy
Yeah, okay.
Adam, he's sitting there. You know, we're playing some Rainbow Six Siege for the update, and you know, it was when Lion and Finka first came out. And all we're hearing is this, you know, like a cat choking on a hairball. And next thing you know, Adam's coughing up blood. And he's sitting there, he's like, am I supposed to be doing that? And I'm like, I don't think so. I'm like, what the fuck were you chewing on? Plastic? Oh, fuck. Well, I hope you're not dead. And
I still ain't learned my lesson yet. I've been chewing on duct tape recently.
duct tape's better for you, you know, because of flavor
It's like,
content.
oh, what are you chewing on right now? Glass?
I mean, earlier I was chewing on a nail. Don't ask how, but I somehow bent the nail in half.
Yeah, I can bend a nail in half too. It's called with a fucking hammer.
With my teeth.
I can't do that with my
Yeah,
teeth.
that's not right.
Yeah, it's
I was
not.
chewing on it. I was
I could
chewing on it,
probably
but I
do
was
it.
like, I pulled it.
I could
I
probably
got
do that
down
for a
on my
while.
head, pulled, and it just came apart.
You know, like,
It made no sense.
I want to talk to you guys about something, and I want to do a challenge, but you guys are too young. So, as everyone knows at home, I do dip and chew. I normally dip. My everyday dip for a while was Copenhagen Wintergreen Long Cut, which is a very, very high
That's dipping.
dip.
It's
Okay.
technically just tobacco, but it's chewable.
Well, no, this
Yeah.
snuff is not chewable. Do not let anyone tell you it's chewable. You put this in your lip, and it gives you a nicotine high, buzz. Chewing tobacco is the one that you stick in your cheek, and you chew on it, and it gives you that black spit. A lot of MLB players used to chew. Now, the MLB league does not allow chewing tobacco, so you gotta chew bubble gum or sunflower seeds. And I find that kind of dumb because back in the day, you know, you'd sit there and you'd see those fucking like Babe Ruth with a big ass chewing, and he's like, huh. You know, but of course he smoked cigars, so yeah,
Yep, and then they came out with Big League Chew, the bubble gum that makes you wish you had a cigarette.
Chewing tobacco is so nasty though. I tried it once. It made me throw up.
it's probably because you swallowed your juice, your snooze juice.
No. No, I know how to do it.
That's like somebody being told to drink bong water.
I mean, you can do that.
Why would you want to put that in your mouth?
Well,
Well,
because
yeah,
I
but,
don't,
like-
because I was a drug addict and I don't want to go back on drugs, so this is like my stress relief. Yeah, I mean, like for Adam, it's him chewing on a nail or plastic. But I
Yeah.
mean, I've been doing tobacco for.
E-cigarette.
I have a vape. It's just when my vape's dead or I feel like throwing in a big fat lip or a big cheek, I you know, put some tobacco in my mouth. And you know, a lot of people are always skeptical and they always say, you know, well, that's gonna cause mouth cancer and you're gonna lose your jaw. Let me tell you something, man. You're less likely to get hit by a meteor than you are mouth cancer from dipping or chewing. You're more likely to get hit by a meteor.
Smoking is another thing though, because that's more
I just find it
addictive.
nasty when people are chewing and you see them spitting in a cup every 2 seconds.
No, I don't spit in a
Yeah.
cup.
My cousin does that.
I've been spitting in a cup recently because my portable spittoon is full and I'm too lazy to, you know, do something about it. But
No. Oh, this is nasty. Whenever you spit in like my cousin uses a bottle because he went to school with it. He'd bring dip and all that stuff. He'd spit in a bottle. During testing, when we had SBAs or whatever we called them, I forget. He sat there and drank it. You're not allowed to have that. Yeah, he took bottles of that to school with him and drank that. Think about this. It's spit coming out of his mouth with chewing tobacco in it, going in a bottle, going back in his mouth.
that doesn't sound that bad.
No, but remember this. It's more than one kind. Like, he spits in it one day, he'll come back, it's half full the next day, and he'll keep spitting in it.
That's not that bad,
It's
dude.
pretty much like 3-day-old spit.
Yeah.
Your mic, Adam.
Oh my god.
There it goes.
No,
It
it's good.
stopped.
It's good. Oh my god. Gotta give it a little bit of
I just
time.
want to play some random.
That's what we're doing right. We just started a game. Oh my god.
Without that, we can easily just leave. What we should do is we should wait till they all die, then leave.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Let's just wait. Let's just finish this one round and then move.
Oh, yeah, it's easy.
For instance,
I just really want to play Dokkan.
I've been dipping for 13 years, and I'm 18 years old. No, I take that
can see
back.
where you're getting at. I know the
If that was the case, you
lightheaded
started at
feeling it
5.
gives you, like,
No, and the only reason I do dip, other than because I was a drug addict, is because when you smoke a cigarette, you're not supposed to burn tobacco because it lets off a chemical that is known to kill animals. Besides the nicotine and all that. So, burning tobacco is really, really bad for you, especially if it's dry. That's where a lot of people start getting, lung cancer, breast cancer, or whatever, leukemia. Pretty much any type of cancer you can get from smoking, that's where it comes from. And a lot of people don't know this because they're too dumb to realize it. Everyone who says that, especially people who are like, Skull gave me, mouth cancer and I had to take out my bottom jaw. No, you didn't. You got paid for that shit and you got that and now you can't fucking do anything and you still dip. Why are you talking shit? It's all about how you care for your mouth. I don't brush my teeth in the morning because I know I'm gonna eat, and if I have orange juice, I get sick after I brush my teeth. So I don't brush my teeth in the morning. I brush them twice at night before I go to bed, and that pretty much takes care of everything. And then I sometimes rinse my mouth out 3 times, brush again, rinse it out one more time, and I'm good to go. A lot of people are always blaming dipping tobacco for a lot of things, but you don't see a truth advertisement about dip because think of it as like radiation from the earth. We get radiation every day. Okay, we get as small as a microorganism of radiation a day. Okay, and that's just simple. It's not going to kill you, it's not going to hurt you. That is like per can of dip, or 2 of those for a pouch of chewing tobacco.
Diet leaf.
No, wait. Well, oh, yeah.
And there's also
What, Mike?
Adam.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. We're going to pick up tomorrow or today. Once I get back, I'll let Adam know, and we'll get this ball rolling. But I want to thank you guys so much for leaving comments and watching for as long as you have. I know it's been difficult, but yeah, thanks for sticking around. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, turn your bell notifications on for every time you see me, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Hold on. I need help. Hey. Hold on, guys. I got a call for help. Pluto. If you're still watching, man, what's going on? Comment right now if you're still watching. And maybe I can help you. Because I know if you're going through the same shit I've been through, we can work it out. If it's anything illegal, all I can say is if you're in trouble, call the police, get somewhere to where you can hide, and just pray to the good Lord above that you make it through, man. If it's illegal, that's all I can tell you, man. I'm sorry if it's illegal. If it's not illegal, let me know. But I'm gonna go ahead and quit broad streaming. Broadcasting at least. Like I said, thank you guys so much for being with us for as long as you have, all 5 of you, which is just, well, the one. Yeah, I think we've got some good things coming our way. I hope and pray everything's fine. But I'll see you guys later. Goodbye. Say goodbye, guys.